I am back too.
And welcome to a new game of D&D Friday night. We have managed to keep ourselves going for 78 sessions so far, and ended last session with people running into an ambush with bandits on horseback. So David may get to fight horses 2 sessions in a row.
Yeah, can't wait to lose reception.
Hopefully not mid-combat again. So, today...
all I know is my horse got more kills than I did.
Well, hopefully if I get my way, there won't be any combat.
Anything is possible. Unless, of course, they've dealt with halflings before.
Are these bandits on horseback?
They are.
As well? Okay, so it's a horse-to-horse battle.
It is.
Head-to-head.
So, I'll get...
Not really a good idea against Ethengar.
All really depends on if you're trying to outrun them or not. If that's the case, you get away fairly easily. Or if you're trying to run into them, then they can't run away from you. So, introducing our characters for tonight, we have David.
Hello, I'm David. I play Gory Shadowfingers, the amazing bard who has, after me watching a particular movie, has drastically changed in character, but still amazing at what he does.
Which movie in particular are we going to refer to here? Not Princess Bride?
As you wish!
No, I think it might be the Three Amigos.
The Kingsman, Rasputin from Kingsman.
I can understand where you're going with now. Though the Three Amigos would also have been quite amusing too. So, also online we have Ross.
Yes, I'm playing Yodri, the swashbuckling pirate, and also Nanny of Pilthering, the green entity of unknown age, and also who does not speak but gets up to a lot of mischief. Currently riding on Inferno is Water Pony, and also recovering from chasing the dragon on the halfling ship. So I was smashed most of the trip, because it's about the only time I can get smashed is by the good old halfling Leaf, since I can't get drunk.
Aren't you lucky it wasn't drugs, just alcohol?
Yeah.
Okay, so next person we have online is Nick.
Hello, I'm playing Merman, Inquisitive Rogue. I'm an Ethengarian human. I'm just wearing a dark brown cloak with a bit of a camo pattern on it.
For a minute there, I thought you were going to
shirt and some black clothes.
For a minute there, I thought you were about to say, "I'm just wearing an Ethengarian."
Oh.
So you get the water if you don't put the lotion on.
Oh my!
Yes, as of last session, I think I might play him a bit more with his mouth shut a little.
I'm sure there are worse things you can get into. And also, you do have a nice rivalry going with a certain Axbeak.
Yes.
Who, upon talking with it, found out that it likes the way you taste.
Yes. I think we've got an agreement to stay away from each other for the moment.
Well, while you have the NPC Drazzle in tow, you notice that the Chocobo Axebeak does not attack you at all.
That's lovely. A weight off.
But if Drazzle ever falls behind, then, well, Chocobo always takes advantage. So, also online today we have M.
Hello, I'm Sol. I am waiting for it.
Ross, I think we're getting a bit of static from your side.
Yeah.
Say cleric first, then I correct you saying you're male ranger.
I was preempting you saying failed ranger, so.
The failed ranger, not the cleric.
And we have the heat source to tonight. And Chocobo is back to being unusually well behaved. And Artemis is still probably pissy at me, but you know, what's new?
Well, Artemis really does like getting the attention.
Yeah, I know they both do. Proves problematic.
What's the worst that can happen? Cage fight!
Oh no, I don't want to find that out. That is a bad day.
That's where you find out that that they have booked the next gladiatorial arena for each other.
I'm surprised I didn't get into it at the bloody
Fort?
halfling drink fest.
Well, they did have for Chocobo's defense, he didn't realize Drazzle wasn't around at the time.
Well, I mean that's probably a good thing. Because he was also high as a kite on coffee and alcohol beverages and stuff he shouldn't have, but you know.
Well, I'm sure moderation's fine.
Yeah, no.
What happens in the halfling monastery stays in that half monastery with halflings.
What happens in a halfling party stays in a halfling party?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that some of you didn't get shanghaied.
I'm sure there were some discussions, but considering what the party were asking, no one wanted to Shanghai them.
Oh, that's because they get a headache.
There's that too.
Unless they... what they could have done was actually tie her in front of the ship. The I can't remember what they call it. You know, the head of the ship.
Figurehead.
The figure.
Figurehead is nice, but always better as a crow's nest, because then everyone coming from the sides can see her.
Yeah, but sometimes they don't want to be noticed.
Well, if the halflings are riding with someone taller than them, then they want to be noticed. So also,
who's the tallest party member at the moment? Is it the person who's just about to be introduced?
I believe it is. So also online we have Josh.
Hi, I'm Josh. I play Cheval the Paladin.
Heat source.
I'm apparently the thing that's keeping everyone warm on this boat at the moment.
So you've been the most popular you've been in the entire trip.
I know, right? It's crazy. Also, as of last week, apparently I'm the voice actor for Chocobo.
You can't say that without actually giving us a snippet of Chocobo accent.
So we can have Josh describe Chocobo as well now.
It's me, Mario!
Chocobo's accent is probably like a hyperactive, and good old Australian accent. Like, oh goodness me.
You have to get into character.
Yeah. Crikey, Cobber, Artemis won't give you a little bit of a wing wang on this gosh. Jesus Christ, we haven't, I mean, man.
Oh no, I do love you. Why?
You didn't call people animals.
I didn't call people animals. All I see is
Yeah, pretty much. So yes, apparently that is now Chocobo's accent.
And what about the horse?
I have a sneaking suspicion that there will be no more Speak with Animal cast by a certain Zal for quite a while.
Yeah, I said that to Josh. I was like, I have the power now.
Yeah, you do. One week you'll just forget though.
Yeah, probably.
Especially if you want the Chocobo to tell you something. Can you please tell me?
Yeah.
So yeah, Cheval is a fiery tempered paladin, fairly tall, probably the tallest in the party, but always does as the word by her god, Juba. So,
And I'm sure you'd like to sunbake any land you come to shortly.
yes, I'm overdue for a supernova.
You haven't rolled a 20 yet.
Overdue for a supernova.
Also, at the table today we have Ariadna.
Mystara, currently Autumn Fae. At the end of the last game I was in my warhorse form, which made me a beautiful dark chocolate brown with really bright blood red mane and tail. And I think though at the moment we're about to encounter some very bad people, so I may not stay that way.
Well, you may stay that way because horse to horse is far easier to converse than horse to human.
This is true. I might convince the horses of those attacking us to do something.
Okay, so with that, who wants to do the recap for last session?
Also, nicely.
There could be a fair.
Yeah, wasn't there a lot of heads over Bow's ship and?
I do believe we'd gotten to land and spent the night in the Temple of Freya and Frey, and then we set out to.
Don't forget the daring infiltration of the monastery.
Oh yes, that was at the start of the game. Someone who has a better memory than I will need to recap that part.
So, during the infiltration, there was discovered that Drazzle was deep in the monastery, collecting something from the abbot and sending it in backwards into the wagon. And that the other monasteries were expecting him.
That's at the start of the game.
That was what you discovered in the monastery last session.
And then we'd had our game of shoes before we headed off to sea. And then we spent the night in... I can't remember the name of the city. Was it Norvik?
Quite possibly. I shall bring up my Gazetta when I can get the mouse to the right spot and find it.
Yep. Before heading over to where we're about to be attacked by brigands yelling, "Die!"
So you'd taken the road to... I believe it was Norvik, yes.
And we'd set off from there the following day to something starting with H. And this is not my I Spy with my little eye.
Yeah, it was another monastery.
You're heading for Haverfjord.
Haverford, yes. And we hadn't quite reached there when we were ambushed by brigands.
Brigands in a pine forest.
And they're on horseback.
They are on horseback.
Indeed they are.
Because it's a light forest and it's easier to ride horses through a light forest.
Yep.
Also, we've all had a long rest in the town before this battle.
Yes.
You did?
Yes.
And I'm sure you all felt better heading out into the countryside to deal with a bunch of brigands. So you all get to roll initiative.
Can somebody roll it? D20 for me.
I've rolled a 20.
Are you doing that for David or for yourself?
For me, because I hadn't rolled for David, but let's try David now. David is 11. Unless he's got a plus something for his initiative.
Give me 2 seconds.
So that natural 20 is plus, I think. Do you add initiative at that point?
You do.
Okay, cool.
Well, I've got a 26.
You have a 26. Yodri always does well
For some reason.
until something comes along and beats him up.
Yeah, which means I'm not going to get away in what I wanted to do.
Mervyn rolled a 14.
Mervyn has a 14.
What was the dice roll? Sorry,
11.
11
for David.
17. Sorry, 17. Jesus. 14.
Oh, 6. So 26 for me as well.
Just have to remember to write down which character David was playing. For some reason I left him off the list.
Well, it's not the first time you've completely forgotten about me. At least you invited me to this session.
I know that does help.
Sick.
I did apologise for forgetting to invite anyone to the other session, just that everyone else pinged me.
Well, there you go. It wasn't just you. He didn't invite anyone. At least we know he's equal opportunity.
And on the bright side, I did say, sorry for skipping you. So who haven't we got? We haven't got Zal or Chauvel, who are currently on mute.
Sorry, I'm just trying to get my character sheet up. And I think Josh is on the bathroom. My initiative is +2. Stop eating the thing. 13 for Zol. Oh, careful, Bob. And you'll have to wait a few.
Josh has to find his dice and sheet.
Well, he's on the toilet, so.
Always makes it harder to roll from there.
No, you could always roll for him.
I could, but then I don't know his initiative, so.
That's okay. If he doesn't have it down, you can always just make it up.
Yeah.
You have a -5. What?
What? Yeah.
Unless he goes back to look at the recording, he'll never know.
Why am I not seeing your screen anymore? Content view. Can you re-share your screen, Mom? I don't know what's happened with my Skype, but I can't see your screen anymore.
Because people have switched in and switched out.
Yeah, I'll also close my app.
Is that better? Or is that disappeared completely?
No, I
got the wrong screen.
Yeah.
At least that screen's not being recorded. There we go. Okay. Just had to make sure it was working.
Oh, crap.
Okay, so we're going to assume that the paladin is busy. As Thea describes what she's going to do, hearing the sound of bandits clamoring in your direction.
Thala?
Thala, yes.
It's okay, I just have to make sure I'm the right person, because I reckon if a Mandalorian turned up on the battlefield, things would be quite a bit different. I'm still...
But awesome.
kind of awesome, but also, actually no, I can't think of anything bad about that. Particularly since I probably played last time. So I'm still a horse. I will rear and do a very impressive, challenging neigh. Sporting my gorgeous war horse looks. I don't suppose that changes how any of the horses perceive me on the other side.
Well, you do get a surprise round on everyone else.
Oh, well, that's good. I can't do the same sort of magic stuff, though, can I? What's my magic limitations on a horse? Is it, can I only do everything a horse can do?
I believe you can't do anything that requires a V component.
Okay.
Or an M component.
Okay, so what is a V and an M component?
An M component is material, so you
I
need
see.
to have access to your spell component pouch.
Right.
V is a vocal, meaning you have to speak it.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So if I wanted to do other attacks like is this the one where I've got the lightning attacks, or is it the other one? Jesus, this one. Don't suppose I could see if I can convince all the horses to turn around and run away.
Sure. Give me a persuasion check.
Persuasion? It's actually, I don't think it's... Oh, it begins. 16. Yeah, 16.
You will have to wait for the horse's turn to find out if you're successful.
Okay. Can I do anything else?
Well, that's your surprise round.
That's it? Okay.
And now you actually get your first round of combat.
So I should probably turn into a person so I can actually do magic stuffs.
Only if you want to give up your movement as a horse.
Okay. Alright.
You'd always wait and see what happens.
Can I wait and see what happens?
You can. You can be put down as ready, waiting to go.
Yeah.
Delayed. Okay, Yodri, you're now up. The horse is neighed.
Okay. I am going to ride forward.
I didn't neigh, I shrieked. Sorry.
And announce myself.
Give me a handle animal check.
Okay. Okay, she's persuaded every horse. Right.
I'm trying to. I figured out what was wrong. We didn't have any of my spells.
That's a 14.
That's a 14. Your horse starts running the other way.
Is that because of
Okay.
me?
You've successfully convinced one of the horses to run away.
But the thing is,
I
mine's
meant
a water element, so not a horse.
It's still a horse with the water element attached to it. It is not a horse made out. It's not a horse made out of elemental material.
Where do I find spells in?
It has water aspects.
Okay, so I thought I'd summon it now and then.
It is possible to summon a animal like a paladin can, but just because you can summon it, it's still not your class feature.
Yeah.
So it's not a paladin mount, and it's not a druidic companion or a ranger's companion.
No, I just...
You still have to control it.
Yeah, I understand that part. I just thought so.
Is there a book I can
Okay.
put spells in?
We've got the players, or most book up there, I think, or I'll give you the players one as well.
Sorry if we didn't get to doing the spells.
Okay, so yes, you start dashing off away from the other horses.
Okay.
So So what do you wish to do
strange.
as you're now that you seem to be getting further and further away from them when you thought you were getting closer?
Yeah, okay, I'm going to try to get control. I'm actually speaking to Inferno and going, what are you doing?
Unfortunately,
Sorry,
you
good idea at the time.
lost control of the horse and have to wait till next round to regain control.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm doing, but the thing is, I'm yelling at Aqui and at Inferno going, what are you doing? As I'm riding off into the distance.
And you hear the horse going, Ariadne hears Aquin saying in horse, as you wish, as it runs off.
Well, technically I wasn't telling... Yeah.
Okay, so now we're up to Koroi, who's currently not available, who's also delayed. Then we're up to Mervyn.
Ah, alright.
You do happen to have handle animal, don't you?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Really sorry.
Yeah, I just rolled badly.
Well, you see, sometimes you say things that sound like they're good, and Martin just enacts them before you're able to think them through.
How far's the closest lead rider from
Well,
us?
let's see how good your handle animal is before we worry about how close you are.
So I might have just
Okay.
killed us all.
Oh, right, sorry. I'm with you. Oh, that's not great. 6.
Okay, so your horse overtakes Yodri, heading away from battle as I'm sure your horse is responding back to Ariadne's request as it's running off.
No worries.
Can you stop
They
saying
can
Ariadne's
range, can I-
request? Because we know that was not my intent.
Father's request. The horse's request.
No, it's not my request at all.
Yeah, I had a nice little speech tool typed up for this.
Yeah, yeah.
Are they within range of like my short bow? Can
Right now, I
take
just
an
might
arrow
go
and
into
shoot
the
at
other
it?
room and
Someone?
get a rope.
As I'm running away.
You can, but you'd be at disadvantage.
Yeah. I was going to try to use my trait against them. Oh well.
I will ready an action to shoot whichever of the bandits
Shoot them.
is like engaged with another of the party.
Okay, that sounds like a good plan. Then we're up to Zal, who gets to make a handle animal roll.
I was going to say, everyone should just be making their animal handling rolls at the moment.
I can see your dice. I think you're...
Yep. So that's what I was going to spiel to the
I don't mind that.
bandits
Mm,
to convince them not to attack me,
I'm
or
sorry.
they'll feel my wrath, or my family's wrath.
We'll go there.
It's okay, I'm sure you'll get round to doing that anytime soon.
16 plus
Because we've got a psychopathic barbarian who's going to wreck it again.
animal handling.
Yep.
Or a ranger that forgets that we've got
yeah.
magical items.
So give me a sec, we'll get to what M's doing. So what did Zal get?
21.
Okay, so Artemis just looks at in disbelief at the two horses running off. And then looks at Chocobo, who just shrugs.
I think there would probably be a disadvantage to convince Artemis, because he likes fighting.
No, I'm pretty sure I actually roll advantage with Artemis because he's a
He's a warhorse.
He's a superb warhorse, I'm pretty sure.
He is.
So I could actually have rolled twice. Actually, let's do that. I don't think I'll get any better, but... actually, I did. That's a 19 plus 5, so 20...
Cool.
24. Sorry, it's still over 20, but...
So he's standing there in his glorified magnificence, flicking his hair from side to side, agreeing with Thea's statement that all the other horses should run away in fear.
Oh God! You've managed to give him a god complex.
I don't think this is a bad thing at the moment.
He is the Fabio of horses.
Yes.
Is Drizel's horse affected?
We'll find out.
the eldritch creature?
Probably not, but we'll find out.
If he understood horse, probably. He's just called horse.
He might just snigger at it.
So, what? Now that you have no problems with Artemis, what does wish to do?
Can we see the raiders, or we just heard them?
You can see them coming, yelling, waving weapons and banging their shields, heading your way.
I will. No, I get confused because the ready action is different between both games.
Okay, so in the D&D thing, when you ready in action, if it's an attack, you get a single attack. But you can ready to cast a spell, you can ready to do all these wonderful things you can't do in Pathfinder. But Pathfinder allows you
That's the
to...
one that I'm confused about, because I think in Pathfinder you can't ready the spell, but in D&D you can.
you can ready a spell in Pathfinder as long as it's a single action spell.
Right, that's what the difference is. Yeah. Whereas in D&D you can ready anything.
You can ready anything that is a single action.
Yeah. Yeah.
Except for the multi-attack. You don't get multi-attack as your action.
What, like a magic missile or something like that?
No, when fighters get up in high enough level, they get extra attacks. You can't ready a multi-attack.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay.
But if you're casting a spell and you gets around to your turn again, the spell you had readied gets lost without being cast, and you still pay the cost of casting it.
Does that affect feats and talents that state if you do an attack, you get an extra attack?
I believe that's the same for readied actions. Yes, you don't get extra attacks on readied actions because it's considered a reaction.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, I think reaction says one attack only.
That is why you only get one attack on a readied action.
It's just that it was confusing because I can't remember which. I think it might have been. There was one class that actually saying that you could, when you do one attack, you can get another attack. But it doesn't
good. But let's go back to what M's doing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ready the cantrip Firebolt. So it's a range of 120. It's a single action. And I will ready an action. I think again, as was it David said, like if they attack a party member.
Nick, I think.
Oh, Nick. Sorry, Nick.
Okay, so that is down as a ready action, such as our Merv has as well. Ready short bow.
Yeah, I was just trying to get sneak attack damage when we do attack.
Okay.
And do I have another action? Or
no, ready is an action.
Ready is an action? Okay, cool. That's fine.
Because we all get one action in a round.
I'm sure Chocobo will know that he has free reign. He's standing there. Actually, he's probably already disappeared. He probably shocked at Artemis and then fucked off. Into the shadows.
Well, there's still the horse around, which Chocobo sort of remains calm around.
Oh, right. Yeah.
He's never once dashed off inside of horse.
That's true.
I believe he thinks horse will think Chocobo is playing Chase Me.
He's playing food chases.
As you would know with most predators, when they see a bigger predator, they don't invite attack.
Yeah.
So he's playing the nice pack mule for you right now.
A well-behaved pack mule?
Yep. So that brings us to Chauvel, the paladin.
Sorry, Mon, I missed that.
We are up to Chauvel, the Paladin.
The Paladin.
I have a feeling that we'll be hearing Mia say that very soon.
What was that?
I believe that will be Mia's first words on Skype.
Yeah, Paladin.
Look. Alright. So what's going on at the moment? We're all doing...
Chauvel gets to make a animal handling check to see if his horse obeys the command to run off.
Animal handlings. Alright, no. Just keep getting up. Animal handling. 17.
You have no problems holding your flaming maning horse as he sort of looks adoringly at Artemis.
Yeah. Of course.
Well, Artemis just has the best maid.
Yeah. Alright.
So-
you get actions.
Then you get your action, yeah.
We don't see anything, do we, at the moment?
You do
Mark?
see a bunch of bandits riding your way with weapons, swords and shields out.
Chevelle's gonna ready as well. He's gonna ready her sword. And when the bandits come within striking range, we'll unleash an attack.
Okay, so we have 3 readied actions. Okay, so with the dice rolls as they felleth, it appears that the 5 bandits rushing towards you on horseback all turned around and ran the other way, with their riders not in complete control.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, so wait, what's scaring the horses?
You're not sure.
Oh,
Technically
great.
me.
Can we hear what they're yelling at?
They're yelling something in Haldanic.
In Haldanic.
That is the local language.
And then everyone goes, Sala!
What?
And
Horses ran away.
and you hear a rather annoyed hump from Drowzon as he closes his book, not writing anything down about the encounter.
Oh, what? We're not going to chase after them?
So, it's now back to Thea. What does Thea wish to do?
I want to at least try and capture them, but I didn't want to fight straight away. I wanted some sort of an advantage.
Well, you do. They've run off.
Have they run off, or they're just retreating?
Well, the horses are running.
There are only 5 of them. I thought there were a lot more.
There's possibly a lot more, but there were 5 you can see easily. There's probably more coming after them.
Can I see if... Can I roll perception and see what I can tell about the situation? I know everything.
Natural 20?
Second one. I do not know how I did that. I can take a photo if you don't believe me.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, so I seem to know everything.
You get them so rarely that every time you get them is a miracle.
Yeah, 2 in 6 rolls, or maybe 8 tops. That's a lot.
And I haven't rolled over a 5 on my dice at the moment.
So that's working well for me.
It is. So you have a look around and you see that there were a couple of bandits up trees nearby with longbows.
Right.
A couple of them with ropes tied around them and spears.
Okay. Yep.
and you can see the ropes tied to the tree itself, so they can swing down and stab a rider with a spear and take them out of the saddle.
Okay. And how far away are they?
They are the opposite direction where you see Yodri and Mervyn riding.
So are they like thousands of feet away?
I'd probably say that they're about another 40 feet in front of them.
Okay. Right.
And so they came along making noise to spur you into an ambush.
Okay, so they're coming from, technically attacking from behind.
They were trying to push you into their guys in the trees.
Okay, oh, I see. Alright, so Yodri and Merv are actually closer to them.
Mm-hmm.
My Call Lightning requires concentration, so I have to change.
Mm-hmm.
Do I get a bonus action?
I believe you can change back as a bonus action and then cast Call Lightning.
Yep. And is it an extra action? That's fine if it is. If I call out a quick warning to Mervyn and Yodri, something like "Watch out," and then call lightning over the trees.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I do that.
Okay. Let's quickly look up Call Lightning to make sure I get it right for you.
Yep. I've got it here as well.
Hey, Lightning, it's just me again. Calling from home.
Yeah.
I just got a ring every now and then. If I don't get the right ring, it's a bit shocking.
Here's your new boyfriend. His name is Lightning. I call him every now and then.
Followed closely by Thunder.
For some reason I want to launch into Bohemian Rhapsody now.
Okay, so it does take one action. It does put them in range of you quite easily.
Yep.
So you can drop a 10-foot tall, 60-foot radius circle right in the area where all of them are.
Yes, please.
And for 10 minutes while concentrating, you can drop a lightning down on them.
Yep. Like to do that. But I also want to know, does Drazzle pull his book out?
He does pull his book back out.
Okay, alright.
Well, you didn't see them before either.
No. Alright, so what do I roll for Call Lightning?
So you roll 3d10.
That's a d12. That's a d12. Why have I got only d12s out here?
Because you're not used to lightning.
That's a d8. No, I'm not. No, that's a percentile die. How can I have all these die?
You can still use the percentile die.
You can, but then you might want
to. Right?
That is a d10.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. So that's not going to take me very far. It's definitely a 1. Yep, that's a 1.
Mm-hmm.
Just checking it wasn't a 7. A 1, a 4, and a 6.
Okay, so that makes it
so 11. Oh, sorry.
1, a 4, and a 6.
Yeah.
So 11. Yeah.
11. Yeah.
Okay, so yes, you see the lightning strike the tree, and multiple bandits fall out of the tree, having been hit by the lightning bolt.
So my nemesis this game is going to be the D12. Oh, I love that. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
It is your sound effects for the night. Okay, so yes. We've had our druid go. Yell out a warning. We're up to Yodri. Perception roll.
Is that to see if you can perceive the people in front?
And the warning.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Hello, Ross.
That is a D10. I'm just going to check that with you because I'm so bad at it.
I rolled an 18. It was an average roll.
Okay, so on an 18, you did hear Thea call out and see the people fall out of the tree.
Okay, well there goes my speech. Okay,
Sorry.
so I now need to get control of Inferno.
Besides, they have the high ground.
That's bad. right?
Not anymore because they're falling out of the tree. Yeah.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was just making the sad Star Wars joke.
Oh, yeah. Is that okay? Yep. Cool. Do you want a soda stream or energy drink?
Energy drink, please. So, Yodri, give me a animal handling roll. This time you have advantage.
Okay, good. Just as well, because that wasn't very good. Ah, you got to be kidding. Okay, the best I rolled was at 10. You're not the only one who's rolling below 5s.
Okay, Yodri, you're going to be riding right underneath some of these guys in the tree.
It's alright.
What do you wish to do with your actual action this round?
I am going to be prepared to be attacked. So,
You readying?
okay. So, basically what I'm going to be doing is readying Booming Blade.
Yeah.
When they come down, I'll basically be doing that.
Are you sure you shouldn't have been cast beforehand?
No, it's basically when I attack, it gets cast. That's what it does. I have to attack with Booming Blade to get it off, so I have to actually use an attack to
Okay.
cast it. Because that's part of the semantic.
Just making sure.
Yeah. It's one of the few ones where you actually need a weapon to use to cast it.
Well, no, there's quite a few that you need a weapon to use to cast it, and I have them put aside specifically in my weaponologist class. Okay, so you have your ready to action.
Yeah.
And what was the trigger?
Basically, if they swing down to attack me. So, if they come within range, I will attack. So, if they shoot at me, I can't really do anything about that.
Again, I'd rather be more specific, because you said swing down. Some of them have fallen down. Do you want them, if they move within melee range, you will take an action?
Yes.
Because if they chose not to swing down, then and the others ran up to you, they wouldn't trigger it otherwise. That was why I was saying that
okay.
specifically.
Okay, yeah. So when they get within melee range, I'll attack.
Otherwise, specific triggers can be fine, especially if you want to do a pinata action. That way, you were specifically wanting someone to swing down at you?
No, I'll go when someone's within melee range, I'll attack.
Okay, so Koroi is still talking to his horse, doing the horse whispering thing in the middle of the battle. So David yet again misses the mounted combat.
Yeah. Aw.
Thumbs up to David in the camera. Then we're on to Merv, who's got your short bow ready, and no one's attacked a party member yet. So you are feeling the burn as you've got the string ready.
Okay, so I'm going to first do this perception check. I got a 9.
The crazy druid's shooting at you.
Alright, in that case.
Handle animal to control your horse.
Yes, I would like to do that, that's true. 24.
You pull your horse up short.
Nice. So do I see these guys now they're falling out of the trees?
Unfortunately, you were looking the wrong direction with your ready to action.
Yeah, okay.
If you had have actually rolled
yeah.
high enough on your perception, yes, you would have seen them.
Yeah, okay. Alright, in that case, I will ride back towards where Artemis and everyone is.
Okay.
And then just, I'll probably just let down the bow now that the guys are running away.
And for Ross's knowledge, the ones that he moved into range of who had their held action were the ones Ariadna knocked out of the tree. So you can thank her for that later.
Yep.
So that brings us to Zal. You still got your fire ready to fling at something, and it just whistles out.
Yep, that's fine. I can afford that to happen. So these guys falling out of the tree, were they waiting to ambush the riders that were coming towards yelling at us?
That would be a perception roll.
That would be a perception roll. Perception.
And it would be an interesting time for the players to be struck blind.
18 plus something. I think it's plus 1, so that should be a 19.
Okay, you can tell that the riders who had charged you and run away were actually trying to herd you into an ambush of people jumping from trees with spears, people coming out of the trees with swords, and people shooting from the trees with bows.
Sorry, my perception is plus 2, so that would have been a 20, but I don't know if that would have made a difference.
That was roughly what you would have gotten because someone pointed it out to you.
Yeah.
And you also noticed that Thea has shot a couple of them out of the trees.
Yep. Okay. So basically, we've thwarted their
Dastardly ambush.
possible ambush. Yeah. I'm gonna wait to see what they do because, like, honestly, like them falling out of the trees is just kind of funny, and the other guys are running away. So clearly, they think we're now more of a threat than that they initially maybe anticipated.
Okay, so that brings us to Chauvel and your sword ready to held ready to strike with nothing to hit. You feel like you've missed the boat.
Chauvel will probably go back up to Carla and stand over the bandits that fly out of the tree.
Okay, so you're going to go where Yodri is, where the bandits are, or Thala, who's on the other side of the party from the bandits? That would be a perception roll to notice what's happened with Yodri.
Sorry.
Okay. Not enough 20.
Okay, so you also notice what M did, that the bandits behind Thala were trying to herd you towards where Yodri is, and the bandits in the tree. So there's a bunch of them on the ground, and some of them still up in the trees around Yodri.
I'll go help Yodri.
Okay. As you move forward, you hear a lot of, "Oh God, it's a paladin."
Oh God, it's a paladin.
Okay, so now Yodri, one of them moves into your striking range. Do you use your trigger, or do you lose your booming blade?
No, I use my trigger
Okay.
as the lightsaber goes off.
Okay, the lightsaber goes off.
Shut up. Take my.
Okay. Okay, that's a 19.
That's a 19. That is a strike.
Okay. Okay, there's no one else nearby him?
No one else nearby him at this stage.
Good, because I get my sneak attack on him.
Okay.
Because as long as there's no one within 5 feet of us, I get my sneak attacking.
That is perfectly fine.
Okay. Oh, what a crappy roll. Okay, that is 28 points of damage.
28 points of damage. Okay, as this guy gets close to you and starts to say "Pala," you stab him right through the throat with your sword and strike him dead.
Sorry! Speak up next time!
Well, unfortunately, as soon as they trigger the condition, you actually have to act or lose the action.
Yeah, I know.
And amusingly, you had scared these people into trying to talk to you first, as you strike down the person with the white flag. So, most of the others at this stage are considering their options. And they seem to be running in different directions, where one of them runs into a tree.
Oh dear.
Okay. I can see I successfully routed them.
I believe you did, with your wiping out of someone trying to wave the flag of truce, though he may have also had nefarious deeds in mind by doing so.
Yeah, I basically did the last bit. I'll lay your soul to waste. Yep.
Okay, so do you wish to chase down any of these guys?
No, I'm trying to get control over Inferno.
Okay, give you another animal handling roll at this point. Also with advantage.
Okay, good, because that was a 6. That's a 15.
Okay, you pull Inferno up short as he makes sure the person on the ground gets plenty of pummeling from his hooves.
Okay, so I have to clean him. So has Cheval fronted up?
And then Chevelle shows up next to you. You feel your horse wince.
Okay, yeah.
No, that's because of the paladin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that the Paladin's horse doesn't have horse! I'm going to basically observe where everybody's going. Well, that's in field, looking for if there's actually anyone not running away.
Okay.
So basically,
well, you said you were waiting.
things like that.
You said you were waiting for Chevelle to show up, so we'll see what Chevelle does. You're next to Yodri as combat seems to have finished, with Yodri killing whoever was their talkie person.
Oh. Great. Well, my job here is done. I've scared them out of the trees.
I already just said that.
I'm sure the paladin will always claim the credit.
Yep. When in doubt, blame the Paladin. Yep.
Okay, so back at the rest of them, we have Zal and Mervyn and Thala next to Drazzle as they look at the fact that the bandits appear to have run away from Yodri and his single strike.
Are any of them close enough to catch up to?
You can chase after any of them if you wish to.
I would like to
Yeah.
chase after one with the intent of capturing them alive.
Can I look at the others and ask you, are we chasing them down or?
I want at least one.
Thala wants one. Apparently
Right,
she's
so
trying to
I'll-
collect a set.
I'll ride after one as well then. Are they on foot?
Does Chocobo oblige when Fowler says I want one?
Chocobo looks like Chocobo would like one, but Chocobo keeps looking at horse.
I asked Drazzle, I'm like, can my bird run?
Drazzle looks at Chocobo and says, and just shrugs.
Without getting eaten by horse?
He's never seen Chocobo run in the entire time you've been around him.
I think that indicates I have no evidence of him being able to run, but it's
Yeah,
possible.
it's more of I'm not going to do any sudden moves. So he might just walk, and then as soon as he gets out of visual range, then start sprinting.
Yeah, like, hey buddy, sidestep until you're hidden.
So if you cast invisible, oh no, horse can see through invisible. Okay, yeah, forget about that idea.
He sidesteps a little bit, and you do notice that horse seems to watch him move.
Why have we got this image that Horse is looking at him like a cooked chicken?
Yeah, probably because he does.
Martin,
Yeah.
is it possible for me to chase down one of these guys and try and catch them?
Okay, you run off in one direction, and Merv runs off in another.
Yep. Being that I'm a druid,
Yep.
I'm pretty sure I can use something like grappling vine. Of course, I don't have it in front of me right now.
I believe you can. I believe it's one
Sorry,
of the
I'm-
options.
Yeah,
I'm trying to follow her the way she's going after she told me.
Oh,
where
okay.
they were.
So you're following the druid?
Yes.
Okay, so you were a little unclear when you said you were going to chase one down. So you decide to go around the party and chase the druid.
Yes, and when I'm within range, I'd like to shoot an arrow with unlethal damage.
Is that before or after I use my grappling vine?
After.
And the next question is, considering you're following the druid, is that in range of the druid or in range of one of the bandits?
In range of one of the bandits.
I wanted to confirm just to be sure.
That's okay. I would like to not shoot the druid and help her.
She still has lightning at her fingers.
I would like to not be hurt myself. I'm just trying to look up.
Grasping vines.
Grasping, that's it. I knew I was looking under the wrong one. E, F, G, H. So, greater. Grease. Grasping vine. Concentration. Conjure a vine that sprouts from the ground in an unoccupied space of my choice that I can see. And I can direct the vine to lash out at a creature. Creature must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or be pulled 20 feet directly towards the vine.
Okay, considering it says a bonus action, you can actually move, get within range and then cast it.
Okay, and it's a d20 to see how that happens?
Yep. Not from you, actually.
Oh, not from me? Oh, they roll a...
It's a saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw. Yep.
And unfortunately, with his dex being so crap, he is trapped by the vines.
Okay. I will...
And then Merv comes within range with his bow.
Yep.
Does Merv have blunt arrows?
He did say non-lethal damage, but can I just, be waving at him, stop?
I will just shoot him in the leg with my sharp arrows. I've got a feature here as well, where if I use a bonus action, I've got insightful fighting, so that's a bonus action. I can make an insight check, so I have sneak attack against him. I have to contest.
He is currently grappled, so you automatically get a sneak attack on him.
Perfect. Alright. Sweet.
Okay, so you don't have the feat that actually changes lethal to non-lethal?
No.
I could see you nicking an artery here.
13 plus 9. So what, 23?
23. Okay, you hit him in the leg and you watch as the arrow bounces up into the body.
Does this kill him?
No, but he's now got an arrow stuck in him.
Okay. I don't know if I can do this, but can I...
So is he on a grassy knoll?
Well, he's currently grabbed by a grassy knoll.
No, I meant the shot. Was that from a grassy knoll?
He took 31 damage to the leg, or the body.
Okay, so yes, you see the arrow embedded from the leg all the way up to the feathers as the arrow is pointed up into the body.
Can I cast Lesser Restoration and remove the arrow?
And I say, got him!
That doesn't heal damage.
Okay, how can I...
You just do cure wounds.
Can I do Cure Wounds and remove the arrow?
You do cure wounds and leave the arrow.
No, I
Yeah, remove the arrow first.
Yeah, I'd like to remove the arrow. I know this is probably sending this poor guy mixed messages, but maybe that'll make it easier to talk to him. But yeah.
Okay.
I'll rip out the arrow if you want.
I would like to gently remove the arrow.
Medicine check.
Okay, it might be ripped out nonetheless. I'm really sorry to the guy if it does. And
Yeah,
it
can I take my arrow
does.
back, please?
I don't remove the arrow at all.
What you get?
1.
Okay, so
can I help her?
Roll 2d6.
Oh, 2d6. Is he gonna die?
Who knows? We shall find out. Stay tuned as the arrow gets knocked in deeper.
Am I out of
You're torturing him.
9.
Okay, so you notice the elf going to reach down and pull the arrow out to accidentally trip and punch it right in all the way past the feathers.
Where's the cleric? Zal!
Can I have a go at pulling the arrow out?
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Do you have a medical kit?
Are we doing next round?
I do not. I was just thinking that with it.
I heard my name.
Yes.
Be called.
I've tripped over and injured this poor, very confused brigand right now. Trying to pull out his arrow, I've actually pushed it in and caused him 9 more points of damage, which is 40 points all up. I'm hoping you can remove the arrow, and between the two of us we might be able to heal some of that so that I can question him.
Question him quickly now.
And while that's happening, we'll move over to Yodri and Chauvel. So you're both standing under the trees as there's a storm above you.
Okay. Yeah, great. Can I try to get close to one of them within 30 feet?
You can.
Yep. Okay.
You were next to one within 30 feet.
Well, that's still alive.
Well, that's a little harder, but yes, you can still do that.
Yep. Okay, and then use my halfling sunglasses. The rose-tinted ones.
I'm assuming you also mean conscious.
Pardon?
I'm assuming at that point you also mean conscious?
Yes.
Because a couple did fall out of the tree and one of them ran into a tree. So
I'll have to try to get one that's still
it would
alive.
It would be a double move on your point to actually reach a living one that's conscious.
So it'll be next round.
It would be next round.
Yep.
So Yodri dashes off into the trees away from everyone else. What does Chauvel do?
Chauvel is just watching Godry go because Josh is, I think, going to lie down because he's had a busy day today. So
fair enough. He does the Queen wave and heads back to the cart.
Yep, sounds good.
Her job is done. Okay, so Zal, you're being called over to the others.
Yes, I've been called over.
Zal, help us! We did a whoopsie.
I kind of raised my eyebrow at that, and you see this arrow is sticking like through this guy's leg into his body.
Well, you can see the arrow indent under the skin from the leg into the chest.
Oh right, and he's also still in 10 rules.
He's held in place by the ground.
Yeah. What would the roll be to get the arrow out?
It would be a medicine roll. Do you have a medicine kit?
I
don't think any of us got one.
Healer's kit? Healer's kit
Even
also counts.
I'm the cleric, I would presume I have one.
Do you have one written down? Because most of you get by without having to worry about, removing oddities like this.
I probably don't have it written down, but that's more for the fact that I haven't updated my character sheet in a woefully long time.
Okay, well, write one down and I'll take one of the re-rolls for that purpose.
Alright, sure, that sounds good.
You can always use a dagger.
So now you have one, now you can make a medicine check to remove it.
21.
Okay, takes you about a minute to slice through all the bits of layers of skin without taking out the arteries, and slowly pulling the wedged in arrow out, and then packing it all up.
Yeah.
Is the arrow okay?
The arrow is slightly bent because someone broke it inside him.
I'm sorry. I'll make
I bury my arrow.
I'm a druid, I can make arrows.
The arrow served you well. It was probably in your family for a generation.
My antique arrows.
Though you can use mending and get it back together again.
Oh, a little odd. Does anyone have mending?
There is a certain dragonborn traveling with you who's been known to do it on occasion.
I'm sure if you give him a hug, he'll mend it.
Does this guy need healing as well?
Probably because he's close to death. And has just had someone cut about half a meter's worth of scar into him.
Was you said before cure wounds, Martin?
Cure wounds would just heal over the damage.
So what do I need to cast?
Cure wounds it can be a first level spell.
Get the paladin to lay hands on me.
No. So I have cure wounds.
Okay.
You can do it as a single spell slot.
Yeah. I'll do that.
Thank you.
Okay, so I believe you roll 1d8.
Plus my spellcasting ability.
Let's see, I've got it somewhere useful, I'm sure. Cure wounds, there it is. If you wish to, you can take 10 minutes to cast it instead as a ritual.
I'd really like this guy alive enough so that we can fully question him.
Which means you're...
I'll cast it in the slot.
Okay, so it's 1d8 plus your wisdom modifier.
Thank you.
That is a 9.
A 9. So with your 9, he looks less dead now.
Less dead.
Just enough. I actually rolled pretty low. I rolled a 4 on my d8, so I mean, like it's average technically, but.
So yes, you make it scar nicely for him.
Scar nicely.
Don't worry, I'm sure all your bandit buddies will be raving about it in the future.
And he looks at you with his eyes open, going, "Wama?"
Oh, that's right. He doesn't speak Ethengar, does he?
What language is it, sorry?
He is speaking Haldanic.
Oh, okay. I said, sorry, I don't know that language.
I'm pretty sure the paladin does, though.
Do you speak common? I say.
I might.
He looks at you and seems very confused about what you're saying.
Like,
should we tie this guy up or something?
I would like to restrain him in such a way that... Well, isn't he grappled by my vine?
Only for a minute, which
Okay,
should have passed.
Yeah, that'll pass. I would like to restrain him, but not in a way that's going to cause him more pain. I'm pretty sure we could figure out how to do that. Oh no, he's been healed.
Yeah.
Oh, in that case, yes. Yes. Restrain.
Okay.
Did you want to do that? Are you going to do that with an arrow? Because I'd rather you didn't.
I think she was suggesting you should be better with ropes than you are with putting arrows into people.
I will help you do it. So
Thank
for advantage on tying him up.
Okay, so you get to make a I'll make it an athletics roll to tie him up.
Athletics. Does that come under skills?
It does. It's a strength skill. Might
So
not be something you have.
I don't have specific athletics. It doesn't.
Then you
look like.
use your strength bonus.
Yeah, so that'll be 13. I just wanted to confirm because I'm very bad at reading those sometimes. Pretty sure the answer is no, though.
You do not have athletics.
Cool, awesome. I need to work on that. So 13.
Yep. You said you had an advantage.
Oh, I have an advantage, so I roll it a second time.
Take the best of the two.
Well,
Another 20
no.
or 1?
13 or 13.
Okay, so obviously it was fated to be.
Yeah.
So
13.
you believe you've tied him up perfectly. He's not going to get out of those
I
lines
was
whatsoever.
getting help from Merv though.
That was the help getting help. from her.
Oh, okay.
That's what gave you advantage.
So we're as bad as each other.
Yeah, we're a team.
So he seems to fall asleep in the binds.
Can I slap him lightly to see if he'll
Sure.
wake up?
You slap him lightly, he screams.
Okay. That seems like a bit of an overreaction. He only speaks Hildanic. Did we find out if the Great Paladin talks Hildanic? Hildanic? How do you say that?
Hildanic.
Hildanic? Okay.
Heldanic.
Yeah, sounds right. Hildanic.
I believe Shervel is busily minding his horse. Her
Okay.
horse.
Um,
Gazing on Artemis with wonder.
Well, while we're waiting to see whether it... Oh, no, you said just gone for a lie down. Sorry, I did forget. I try all my languages, so I'll start with Common. Move on to Druidic, Dwarven, Elven, Ethengarian, Orcish, and Sylvan.
He doesn't seem to understand any of those.
Okay, alright. Does anyone have any other languages?
I've got Theatin, or
Yep.
Sunset.
I tried that one.
I signaled to him and thieves can't.
He sort of looks confused, wondering what you're trying to say to him.
What about Zal and Yodri?
Well, I'm just wondering if I'm able to charm one of them.
Yodri's gone off to charm on
Oh,
himself
okay,
in
so he's not
distance.
there. Yep. Do you happen to have Hildanic though, or anything different from what I mentioned?
I can understand them because
You can
I've got the
understand
helm of
Hildanic.
comprehend. No, I've got the helm of comprehend languages.
Oh, okay, all right.
Which does come in handy.
But the problem is they can't understand me unless they know Gnomish, Aqua, or Thieves Camp because they don't. I don't know if they know Thracian and.
Well, we've tried Ployatin and Mervis tried
Ethengar.
Thieves Cant, but we haven't
I've
tried
got
Gnomish.
Draconic, Celestial, and Gnomish.
Sorry, what did
I
you
think
say?
it's
She just said, go ahead.
Celestial, Draconic, and Gnomish, I think is.
Okay.
I've got Old Tech, but I don't think that's really a spoken language. That's a special one
Yeah.
that I've gotten. I do also have comprehend languages, so I could spend 10 minutes casting that.
Can you do that?
I can indeed do that.
Thank you.
So, Ross, have you attuned with your helmet?
Bad?
Did you attune to your helmet?
Let's see. I'm just trying to.
He's off somewhere at the moment.
I think I was just
so-
going to use it as. Can I just use it as normal, or do I have to actually attune it?
No, you can use it as attuned for other abilities. You just chose not to. So,
I think it's because I'm actually currently attuned to. What was it? Maximum is 3, isn't it?
maximum is 4 at tier 2.
4. This. I'll just bring up my bloody inventory.
The next 10 minutes?
So I've got
For which one?
Zal.
Gauntlets.
Because I had so much things going.
Comprehend.
Eyes. The armor. What was the advantage if I was attuned to the ring of animal influence?
I have
He's
to look
just
at
looking
it
up
because
one of the rituals first.
yeah, I'm trying to do multiple things
Yeah.
at the same time.
Yeah.
We'll slow down.
Alright, shall I break then?
Yeah, there you go.
Be right back.
Okay, so if M casts it as a ritual, she'll be able to understand what people say to her. What Ross wants to know is if he has the...
Because I would have, depending on what the Ring of Animal influence is, I would actually have the helm. If it was 4, I could do the helm. Because I'm not sure if I would put the ring of... If the helm only just gives me unlimited comprehend languages, I probably wouldn't bother. But if it actually gave me, was it tongues, I would actually do the helm.
So what does the ring do? The
Animal.
ring of animal
The
control.
ring gives
Animal
me
influence.
the ability to cast fear, animal friendship, and speak with animals.
Okay, so if you're attuned to the ring, you get an extra 2 charges that you can put into it. Considering you only get 1d3 charges at dawn.
Yeah.
If you're ever unattuned to it, you wipe all the charges. That's basically the cost of doing so. So are you attuned to the ring? So that would have given you 5 charges you would have in it at the moment.
I'll be only treating it as 3 charges, so no, I'm not attuned to the ring, so in that case I'll be attuned to the helm of animal. Thank you.
Okay, so with attunement to the helmet, while wearing it, you can spend a bonus action to converse with someone in a language you do not know for a charge, and it lasts for 10 minutes. And it gains a single charge at dawn if attuned.
Okay.
So if you ever unattune, it loses all charges.
Yeah, so basically I have to reattune it to charge it back up again, correct?
No, as long as you've got it attuned at dawn, you gain a charge. As long as it's attuned. If you don't have it attuned at dawn, you don't get the charge.
Yeah, that's what it meant. For me to recharge it, I have to be attuned to it and wait how many days for it to be fully charged up.
It can only take 1 charge. So once per day, you can converse with someone for 10 minutes.
Oh, okay, so it's only once per day. Okay, fair enough. But how many times can I do the casting comprehend languages?
You can do it at will.
Oh, okay, cool.
So just so I've got it straight, when he's attuned to it, once a day for 10 minutes, he can
Converse with someone.
speak to someone saying
Yeah.
Haldanic, but as long as he wants to, in 10-minute intervals, he can understand Haldanic but can't speak it.
That's correct.
Okay, cool.
Though it's actually 1 hour intervals.
Yeah. So basically, this gives me a poor version of tongues.
So yes, and yeah, you choose the language that you want to converse with when you use the charge. So if someone changes languages, you can't understand it. And when you have comprehend languages going, you get to make a check to understand them. It's not an automatic understand. So you get to add, you get to make an insight check with a +10 bonus with the spell.
Oh, okay, cool.
Unless you cast it at a higher level, in which case for every slot above first level, it gives you another +5 to the roll.
Oh, this will be whatever level that the item was created at.
Normally it's at the base level.
So
Yeah.
would that
Yeah.
would that make the best strategy then? Wait for Emmy to do her ritual, get her 10 minutes of talking to them done, and then after that runs out, use Yodri's 10 minutes to converse.
Quite possibly if Yodri was there.
Well, I was going to call him back and get him
So,
back.
while this is all happening, Yodri, you have cornered someone with your glasses. What do you do?
Yep, well, I'm going to parlay with him or her. Use my halfling glasses and charm them. Because I'm going to cheat because we're in a rush. So I'm going to be friendly.
You sound as if that's a dirty word. So that's Eyes of Charming.
Yeah, since I'm a halfling, the difficulty's risen to 15.
That uses the charm person spell.
Yeah.
So okay, I just have to check the charm person spell because it may also have issues.
Well, it depends if we're still classed as being in combat.
Technically, you're continuing the combat by chasing him.
Yeah. So in that case, he has advantage on the roll, or he or she has advantage on the roll.
We'll go with they until we determine one or the other. Okay, so it rolled from a 17 to a 3 because of reroll still in the tray. So I believe they got a 14 on the dice roll, making it one short to actually survive. And they stop making harmful actions towards you.
Okay.
So yes, Yodri, you have a, if it's pick, odd or even.
Even.
And is even male or female?
I'll say female.
It is female. Oh, sorry, it's even, so yes, female. So she is currently friendly towards you.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say?
Okay. Okay, I'm going to go through a couple of the languages I know. Does she understand it? And if she does reply, then I'll try to work out what language she speaks. So I then have to use the helm to do it.
Once you use the helm, then you get to make an insight check to understand what she says each time she says something, because it's not an automatic translation and it can give you the wrong information. So
okay, so with the conversing one, I still have to roll every time I speak to them, or is it only on the first comprehend language?
On the actual comprehend language one, you actually have to roll to understand, because all you're doing is getting an understanding and an approximation.
Yeah.
So give me a insight roll as you try to understand what they're saying, and you get to add 10 to your normal insight.
Okay.
Which means you should succeed 9 times out of 10 until you roll a 1.
Yeah. Well, that's 19.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and that's with the plus 10?
Yes.
Okay, so looking at her, she doesn't seem to understand any of the languages you're scrolling through. Most of the time she says she doesn't speak halfling. Meaning she doesn't understand half the languages you're trying to talk to her in.
Okay. So in that case, I'll have to use the helm.
So we taking a short rest then?
I believe the others are taking a short rest while he goes and has his conversation.
Yep.
Okay, so yes, what do you ask her now that you can talk to her?
Okay. Why did you attack us?
Oh, am I able to come and monitor for lies in like her body language?
You know where Yodri is. He ran off.
I would say yes. I would say yes, except Yodri is now away from the rest of the party, having split the party. So,
how far away? Is he seeable?
He is not seeable.
Oh, okay, don't. Never mind.
And also, come with me and we'll walk back.
She says, why would I want to go back that way? It was horrible. There's still the lightning cloud above the area.
Can I just
Okay, we'll avoid the lightning cloud, but you've still got friends in that area too. I just need to get a glass of water.
Ariadne, are you responding to what's happening in the other encounter?
No, but I would expect that since everyone's fled and we're no longer fighting that.
This is all happening while you're still getting the arrow out of the other guy.
Okay. require concentration, right?
It does, but you can keep those things running as long as you don't cast another concentration spell
Okay, alright.
or change shape.
Alright.
Okay, so she says no, she doesn't want to go back that way.
Ross said he was just getting a glass of water.
Righto, sweetheart, we're ready now.
So it's Yodri is off on his own,
Yes.
and Cheval, where is she in respect to everyone else?
Standing with Drazzle in the center of the field where everyone else was before they went off in different directions.
Okay, and so
Rainbow one.
me, Cheval, and myself with the other guy.
Yep, off to the side, having chased down one of the guys about 100 feet from where Drazzle and Cheval are.
And that up. Okay, alright.
They're not. They won't fill up the whole cake. So we need bigger weights.
While we're
Yeah,
doing
there's
this rest thing, can I give the person a glass of a drink of water?
Oh,
Sure, you can do that. Now, is Ross back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Sorry, I was just trying to find out what you wanted to say to her because she said she didn't want to go in that direction. Too many bad things happened.
Okay. Well, you will only be able to understand me for about 10 minutes before this translations thing that I've cast lasts. Because unfortunately I don't... What languages do you speak?
I speak the human tongue, she says, nodding vigorously.
So basically the language in this area and nothing else.
Why would I speak other tongue? Humans speak best tongue.
Yeah, but you don't speak other human tongues.
There are no other human tongues. They borrow tongues from bad people.
You're going to lose your 10 minutes real quick.
No, I'm fairly quick in conversation.
Okay.
Okay, so why did you attack us?
Our road, do you not pay toll?
And how much is the toll?
She says, puffing herself up a bit, 5 gold.
Okay. With her puffing up in front of me, I was saying, or puff up, or saying, yes, 5 gold would be definitely generous for all of us.
What, you not think I can count higher? Are you insulting me, she says?
No, I'm just agreeing with you that 5 gold would be sufficient for all my fellow travellers.
She says, yes, I believe 5 gold was what we agreed to. You pay 5 gold now, friend?
How far does the toll for the road go? Or how long is your territory on this road?
As far as we can ride.
So it's what, a day's ride or a week's ride or what?
She shrugs, what's the difference?
Well, how many nights ride?
Oh, we not ride at night, we only ride during the day.
Yeah, so in that case it's only a day's ride, correct?
You're trying to confuse me with this fancy talking.
No.
You use
Okay,
more
so
words than
what's-
my boss has used in years.
Okay. Is she more strength than brains?
As most ruffians are, yes, she is. Brains normally get themselves into the priesthood or one of the guilds. Banditry is not a guild.
Okay, so in other words, my steel probably wouldn't have worked because it probably confused the crap out of them.
Most likely, yes.
Okay.
So not always a missed opportunity.
No, well the thing is, it's the level of banditry. I was expecting a high grade of banditry, not the barbarian side.
You are in one of the areas that is least patrolled, least educated, and least successful of all banditry in the entire section of the world.
Great.
So the bandits here face proper Viking warriors on the road. So you look like easy pickings in comparison.
True, I do look fairly easy to pick at because I am wearing fancy clothes and that.
And then she looks offended at you. Spits in your direction and starts to run off. Because at the end of the spell's duration, they know that they were charmed by you.
Yeah, but that's an hour for my charm.
Is it an hour for your charm?
Yep.
Okay. Do you talk to her for an hour because she won't go to where the others are?
Unless you force her.
Well, the problem is I can only understand it for 10 minutes, correct?
That is correct, for 10 minutes.
No, I can understand her, she can only understand me for 10 minutes.
That is correct.
Okay. So, if I pay you the 5 gold, you'll be able to signal your friends not to attack us for today.
Okay, so
No, I'm not there. It doesn't matter.
let's see. Is that before the spell runs out? I'll say the spell had just a little bit left in there, and she nods, and then you realise that your communicating with her has dropped off. She holds out her hand.
Okay. I give her 5 gold,
Yep.
then close her hand, and then I'll give her another gold, and I'm going to try to persuade her that this is for that I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm trying to.
So while you're trying to do charades, I'll give you a perception roll.
Yeah. Okay. Hopefully this. I just need to do.
I believe we have a drill in the background at Ross's place.
There we go.
Drill has been silenced.
Yes. Okay. Not a very good roll, but I got a 15.
Okay, so you don't really notice when she borrows the pouch that you're taking the coins out of.
I was going to warn you.
And then Thea shows up because around this time she was coming to get you to ask you for help.
Which is kind of useless at the moment, I'm guessing. Do I see this happen with the...
Am I still in the middle of casting, Martin? Or?
You would have just finished casting.
I would have signalled to you that I'm going to get Yodri, but since I can't ask any questions anyway, I'm going to hope that you have the common sense to ask them that if all they wanted was a toll, why the hell did they scream die and ambush us? And don't hand over any money.
And I give Thea a perception roll as she wanders up.
Yep.
See if she's seen Yodri get fleeced or not.
So 16 plus, I think it's
Well, if I get fleeced, it's only 10 gold.
21.
Because that's normally how much I carry in that purse.
Yeah, 21.
Okay, so you watch Yodri give money to one of the bandits, and as he's talking and handing more money to the bandit picks up his pouch and puts it in her pocket.
Okay, I ask Yodri if he realises that his whole pouch has ended up with that bandit.
As you watch the bandit start walking off.
Can I do grappling vine?
Possibly. I'm not sure you can do 2 4th level spells at this point.
Okay, alright. Is there
Okay,
another
now
option?
the thing is, if she did
Can
you
I
say
just-
that?
She just says that yes.
Can I just
Yeah.
detain her?
Okay. In that case, can I swipe it back?
Sure, give me a sleight of hand.
Okay, that's a 26.
Okay, so yes, you've taken it back, and apparently she put the money you gave her into the pouch as well, so you've taken all the money back.
Do I...
As Slayer goes up to detain her.
Yep. I don't attack her or anything. I just hold her up, and I'm kind of like,
Okay, I'll drop six coins on the ground.
Wait a second.
Can I just finish? Because I've just gone up and I'm trying to get her attention. I point to, like, I signal
This is gonna end
gold. I'll
quickly.
take a gold coin out. I'm like,
Yep.
you want more of this? Does she understand?
She nods. Whatever.
I'm like, come with me, and I'll walk away
Where do you walk towards?
back to the group.
She doesn't follow that direction.
Okay. Does she want some?
She seems to be afraid to go that direction.
Okay. I
She
promise.
doesn't want to go back because someone threw around a lightning bolts and that.
Yeah, that'll be me. So if you don't want to be fried anymore.
They don't understand the word that
no,
you
no,
say.
I understand.
They only understand the
Can I just have a
language.
second to collect? I understand that. I just wanted to collect my thoughts. I give her a gold.
Okay.
That's just a single gold. My pouch is well out of reach. And then I will take out another gold and see if she will come.
She doesn't want to go in that direction.
Just trying to think of how I would persuade her that she's going to be okay at this stage.
Magic of the gods is scary.
Yep, magic of the gods is scary.
And most likely anyone who can call down lightning is friends with Thor.
Can I do any kind of charm?
I'm sure you could. Give me a charm roll.
I don't know if I've got charm as this. I have persuasion.
You can try to persuade.
17.
Okay, she still seems unconvinced to go in your direction.
Okay.
Okay.
If that's not going to
If I-
work, then I'm going to
Yep.
leave her be and I'm going to head back to the group because...
All good.
Yeah. With my pouch securely tied and hidden, I'm going to point to the ground that she's dropped the 6 coins.
Okay, she picks up the 6 coins and hurries off, a bit surprised because her pouch has gone missing. Because it was her pouch, she had it for a whole second or two.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so I'll head back
that's
to the
still
group.
for the thief.
Well, how is a thief going to know any different?
Well, actually, she doesn't understand thief can't, so yeah.
No, she doesn't understand a lot of things,
Yeah.
unfortunately. She's just naturally good at it. She's not a rogue.
Thieves'
Hope that
Cant's
we
more
can
of
get
like a little trick you use in language anyway, so you'd have to understand each other to be able to use it.
It's like saying high ground means there's probably a bad guy up there. Not necessarily, I'm in control. So yes, you...
This is reeling a red sword. Is on the low ground.
So I take it since Zal's finished her spell,
Yep.
my Call Lightning is finished. Because it ends after 10 minutes.
Yep, and you've taken Yodri back to the
And we've
area
returned to the
as
group.
Zal is listening to a guy jabbering about something strange. Zal gets to make an insight roll.
Just give me a second, Mom. I've got a baby climbing over me while I'm eating, so. Oh, there we go.
Does that mean she gets advantage?
I believe me, it does get advantage.
Yep.
Mira gets advantage if she rolls it.
You taught her how to roll, right?
Yes, but there's a choice. It might roll into the spot or roll into the mouth.
Yeah.
Big dice come in handy.
Insight, did you say, Mom?
Insight, yes.
24.
And with the, did you add the +10 from comprehend languages?
No, I did not.
So you got a 34.
Nice.
Because that's the advantage of comprehend languages, and makes you can understand other languages a lot better. And for 34, you can get quite complex ideas. So apparently, the guy was they were trying to make a show of force to convince you. You had to give them at least 5 gold worth of valuables.
Right, and why are you terrorizing this section of I don't know, where are we again?
Middle of nowhere, as far as you're concerned.
Yeah, like, why here? Like, why anywhere? But just why here?
Less Vikings is the idea you get from him.
Less Vikings.
Yes, because apparently banditry close to the open water is inviting beheading.
Right, so they're trying to scare off Vikings.
They're trying to scam from non-Vikings money.
Oh, okay, right. Well, yeah, you picked the wrong day, my friend.
Unfortunately, he doesn't understand you, but you do understand him.
Oh, right.
So
Okay.
he did sort of guess at what you're trying to ask, but he sort of looks at you with confusion at whatever you're trying to say to him at that point. And then Yodri shows up.
I kind of point to the paladin and hope that he looks.
He looks and then flinches and then passes out.
Yeah, good.
And then Yodri shows up.
Yeah. They want us to pay toll.
Yeah, they try to scam non-Vikings who come around here.
And then you hear a bell thump in the distance 3 times.
Anyone know what that means?
The bell's rung thrice.
Well, I paid the toll.
I looked at the skip that's presumably been brought over and give her a pointed stare.
The other one is not being brought over. She didn't come with.
Oh, sorry, I thought she had.
She was too afraid to come where the lightning had gone.
Sorry?
I said, should we punish them according to the law?
Well, I thought she came with because she was following Thala with the coin.
She didn't want to follow Thala into the area where the lightning had been.
Oh, right, okay.
There are a lot of myths about where lightning strikes.
Yeah.
Well-founded myths, but they are myths. And considering a single bolt of lightning came down on a clear day.
Yeah. They are rightfully spooked in their superstitions.
So yes, you have the guy tied up who's currently unconscious as you're deliberating what to do with him.
How long does this stay past out for?
Probably until you slap him awake again.
He's tied up as well.
I do that before my comprehend language runs out.
Well, you'll be able to understand him, but he won't be able to understand us.
Yeah, I know. That's fine.
Should we bother, or should we just continue on?
Well, I want to know what the bell is. So,
We could ride towards the bell.
without knowing anything about it, that sounds like a great idea.
I mean, it went pretty well this time.
For a minute there, I thought Merv was going to say, "I'm glad you liked my idea."
We rode into the forest and got ambushed, and they all rode away. So, I think we're pretty powerful, right?
You are way powerful.
Yeah, but it also depends on how many you're going to run into.
We can also escape and outrun them. Oh yeah. We'll do whatever you decide.
Well, I will probably suggest is cut him free. We leave. Actually, is any of the other people still alive?
If they are, they're not around where you are. Because you are quite a distance from where that happened, probably about 150 to 200 feet away.
So how long has it been? So it's been what, 20 minutes or so?
Probably more like half an hour.
Okay.
Because there's been preparation of person with wound. After that, there was then the healing. After that, they managed to get you back as they were finishing a ritual. And they were contemplating a short rest, which was an hour.
Okay, so my suggestion is we cut him free. We could probably leave head off. I'll wake him up and get rid of him as such. So.
Okay, Ross, give me a perception roll.
Okay. Perception. Okay, that's a 27. One off from being a 20.
Okay, so you can see in the just in the bushes near where you've got the guy tied up, there is an axe beak poised for imminent launch.
Okay, activate my ring. Speak with animals. No, this one is not for you.
Being prepared. Snack.
Yeah, well, what happened to the other ones?
Master prepared.
No, Master didn't prepare this one. Master actually fixed this one.
Master prepared.
Yeah. He has his leg repaired. Which is probably the one that's actually off.
Yes, but oh, great. Okay, there's another issue that we have got.
I'm going to go sit on my horse, away from all that drama.
As Yodri turns to discuss things with Zal, there's a scream as the guy wakes up.
Is he now missing a leg?
He is.
Of course he is.
And it's the one you prepared earlier.
Yep.
Okay, Zal. Unfortunately, anyone you're going to treat, Chocobo will think that you're basically seasoning him or her. So anybody you heal in that, Chocobo's going to think that that's going to be his dinner.
Well, I mean, they're also going to attack us, so you know.
Well, there's not much difference between a herbalist kit and a healer's kit.
Oh well. Well, okay, it's not my fault this time. I didn't kill a person who's been bound up.
Well, he's not dead.
He's still screaming.
Oh,
Sorry?
okay.
Apparently not anymore. Looking in the direction of where the bandit was, you see this radiant horse in doing a main flip, where one of his rear feet is sitting right where the guy's head was.
Show off. Did you really have to do that?
Artemis looks at you and says, yes, and then walks off.
Because of course I have to wonder.
So you really had murderous animals.
I'm not sure whether or not you're complimenting her.
I don't think she understands that either.
I think both of them would probably be like, "What? They were bandits."
This is true. Did you ask the other guy anything?
Yeah, we was trying to steal your food.
She did, but she wasn't having a great conversation with him.
Okay. So we basically know that they were trying to scare us to get a toll. Is that about it?
Pretty much it.
Okay.
Should we continue on in case this bell is a warning and they're gathering to come back?
Oh, sorry. There's a bell.
You heard a bell toll in the distance 3 times.
Okay. Can we determine where in the distance? Like north, south, east, west?
You believe it came from the east, not along the road.
And Juliet is the west?
Is that the same direction as where the one that I caught was leaving?
It was the same direction they were heading.
Yeah.
Okay, so there might be more coming. We're still
Well, we don't know
in
their signal system, so it's either that we're paid and it's everything's in the right, or
Well, more money this way.
danger.
I would be betting on more money this way, and while not really wanting to necessarily run, considering we're still heading to a destination, I'd suggest we get moving.
Yep. By the way, they are scared of lightning.
Yes. Well, I'm hoping a short rest
They
will...
think that you happen to be you speak to gods.
He does.
I'm okay with this.
But they're more worried about people speaking to Thor in particular. Or Rodin. Neither of them like bandits.
Okay.
I think the only one that can probably get away with is Loki.
Maybe, yeah. So, with that in mind, are we all heading off again?
I say, sure, from atop my horse.
And we probably have a certain grumpy barbarian going, fine.
Yes.
Though the you do have a ranger and a bard. I'm not sure which barbarian you're referring to. Who's a ranger?
Oh yeah, Indy's a ranger. Yeah, so, yes, that is a...
Well, he acts more like a,
He does seem...
are you thinking Corey is more of a barbarian?
Yeah.
BAR is correct, but it's a D, not a B.
Yeah. He's definitely into the singing kind of barbarism than the mallet.
He's happy to butcher any song you give him.
Exactly.
Okay, so you get on your horses and you head off.
Yep.
Finding yourself in Hedel not too long afterwards.
Is that the town we're heading towards?
You wanted to move on to Haverford after that.
Well, considering the brigands, is it likely... Well, what kind of a town is this? Is it enclosed? Does it
Has
have
about
guards?
Has about 4 or 5 buildings
Okay.
on the one street.
Okay.
Looks like it has about maybe 3 or 4 guards.
Okay. When we get there, I'll approach the guards.
Okay, so you get there. It appears to be raining a lot. Let's see if I've got a heavy rain.
We should stay the night somewhere undercover.
Well, what I was going to ask the guards is, where is the next township? How far away is that? Because if we do stay the night, we've got to keep in mind that this is just a little one-street town, and there's brigands around, and they've been ringing bells, so who knows how many of them might come. So
We'll see them coming at least.
yeah, well, I just thought I'd get a gauge of where we were before making that decision. Doesn't mean we won't stay the night, but it would mean that we're making a more informed choice.
Yeah, if we get far enough away from the brigands,
Yeah.
I would expect them to turn back.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. So
You wouldn't expect most of the brigands to go into townships because
even this little sort of
laying waste to a town would get them noticed.
okay.
Waylaying travellers who don't live here, less noticeable.
I greet the town guards.
He greets you in a very stuttering common.
Okay. I
He's
ask,
like greet, 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 and he just keeps going for a while.
okay. When
Okay, and he shall be known as Greet.
yes, he is greet. I patiently wait for him to finish.
Takes him about a minute, and it finishes with greetings.
I will simplify my language, not so that I think it comes across that I think he's stupid, just to kind of make it easier for him. So, Thala, lodgings,
There's Thaddeus. Guard.
are there lodgings? Here.
You see him thinking for a moment, and it's like he's trying to simplify words for you.
Yep.
Thinking he's trying to make it so you understand him.
Okay, well,
And then he sort of gestures with his fingers. You
Yep.
walk
yep,
there.
okay. I will say full sentences. I wasn't sure what his level of English was. I'm a bit more confident now. Thank you.
Welcome.
Might be just as a stutter, so, you know. I ask him, has he lived here all his life? You know, how long's the town?
He says, no, still got life to live.
Oh, okay, right. I'm going to thank him and just head towards what? An inn? Yep. Head towards the inn.
It has what appears to be a cows behind as the sign.
Cows behind.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Tail upraised and everything.
Well, I'm a druid, so not too worried by that. Enter inn?
You enter the inn.
Yes.
There's a smell of fresh food. Some not so fresh food, and some very not so fresh food.
I greet. Is there like a barkeep in?
There is a snoring gnome.
Okay. I quietly try to get the sleeping gnome's attention.
Yep, he wakes up as you walk over to him. He goes, "What?
Hi. We're travelling to. I can't remember the name of the really.
He looks at you and goes, "You're going to Ethengar Keep, I hear it in your mind."
Is that where we're going? Okay. I say yes, indeed we are. And I wanted to arrange lodgings and meals for myself and my travelling companions.
So welcome to the Kells Behind. We have a lot of automated services going here today.
Automated. Okay.
Yes.
Yep. That sounds interesting. What are these services?
Well, we've got the automated privy, the automated bath, the automated bed, the automated dresser, the
Automated bed?
Yeah.
How does that work?
It makes you sleep.
Really?
Yeah.
What if you want to wake up at a specific time?
Well, as long as you specify the time, it gets you up at that point. But if you want to get up before then, it makes you sleep.
Okay. Do you have any?
Cutting edge material, everything.
Do you have any not automated beds? Just
Well, I can turn
regular
off
beds?
the automation for the night.
Yes. I don't know about my companions. I'll let them decide. But I would definitely prefer no automation on my bed. And
Well, we do have a vibrate function, a massage function, a oh my god function, and a whoops function.
I will keep that under consideration. Now, did the rest of the party come in with us?
Yeah, I'll come in with you after I stable the horse,
Yep.
or at least
Well,
down or whatever.
in the stables there is lots of hooks everywhere and levers.
Oh boy.
Is
More
there,
levers than you've seen anywhere useful.
is there a
Your dream feels beads of sweat appear on his head as he walks into the area.
I'll just go into the inn then.
Is there a
And ask
stable
them
there?
how it works.
Or? Okay. alright.
Fully automated.
Okay.
No expenses spared.
I would like my bed not automated also.
Just out of curiosity, have you ever heard of a beast called a Tyrannosaurus Rex?
Yes.
Oh.
It's the size of a kitten, isn't it? Rex?
Yeah. Let's go with that. That sounds utterly adorable.
I'm thinking of opening a theme park.
How much is it to room, board, dinner, breakfast, horses, stable the horses? Sorry, my brain's not giving me lots of good words.
That's okay. He thinks you're being goes, I'm happy to do 1 gold apiece for that.
1 gold per person
Yep.
and per animal, or just 1 gold per person?
Per person, assuming you don't have lots of animals each.
We have 1 person with 2 animals, and then I believe it's 1 animal each, excepting myself. I don't have any animals.
Well, the person with 2 can count as yours then.
Okay. I pay.
Okay. He thanks you. Doesn't even check the coins. He just puts them into a slot that makes a tinking sound as it disappears from sight.
And I give a tip because I appreciate all the automation and the consideration, forethought, and engineering that went into them.
Well, there's very short supply of labourers in this town, so I've automated as much as I can.
I would consider it an honour if you would have the evening meal with me and possibly my companions, depending on what they decide they want to do.
That I can do, he says.
Yep. I'll head up to the room and put down my stuff and make use of the automated bath.
Yep, the bath helps take your clothes off for you.
Can I take my own clothes off?
I'm sure you can, but once you press the start button, all these weird things start happening.
Okay, alright. Now, hopefully I successfully have a bath without feeling intruded upon.
Well, there are mechanical arms everywhere trying to help you.
It'll be interesting to see what Chocobo would do in such a situation, but that'll be up to where Zal decides to stable him.
So, what does Yodri do, having seen this lever wonderland?
Pull all the levers. Wrong lever! Sorry. I'm llamaing.
I believe Ross is unavailable to give us a point on that one, so we will move over to what is Nick doing while... does Nick just go up to his room as well and make use of the mechanical bath?
I would like to go up to the room. I would like to set aside some time to pray to the trickster goddess and ask her for a boon to help me learn how to ritual cast the spell Darkness, because I've got an idea for a great prank.
Okay. So, with the idea of the great prank in your mind, you can hear laughter as you realise that once tomorrow you can cast Darkness.
No. I thank the trickster god, and then I'll head to the bath as well.
With an understanding that if it's not a great prank, there's a good chance it will be played on you later.
That is the risk, always.
Yep, I'm back now.
Okay, Ross, you're in Lever Wonderland.
Yep, so I run in back to the cows behind and shout no, and then see the gnome and going, hello.
Oh, hi there, Yodri. I see you've recovered from whatever it is the gnomes wanted to do to you.
Yeah.
I got the memo here somewhere.
Have I actually seen him before?
He says he's seen you before.
Hey,
Yeah, well, of course, I am famous with there.
It says you stole his ship, so we didn't have to worry about flying again. He was so grateful.
Yeah, pity I can't fly them anymore.
Who can? He says. He says with a shrug.
Well, I've worked out how to fly them. I can only fly them while I'm drunk, but I can't get drunk anymore.
Says, I don't think that matters. Whether you're drunk or sober, they'd always crash. Gnomish vehicles have what's called a controlled crash. If it's repairable, it's considered a good landing.
Well, it was a good landing, but then I destroyed it.
Then it wasn't a good landing.
No, it was a good landing. I managed to get out of it.
Did you?
So isn't it that any landing you can walk away unharmed a good landing?
No, any landing where you can repair the vessel is a good landing. Anything you can walk away from. So anything you can walk away from is just lucky.
Hey, I'm a halfling.
More often than not, a vehicle is repairable, but the pilot is not.
Yeah, but then you've got your weird soul thingamajig automated solely gnome thingamajigs.
Well, I would have that. It would be a lot more efficient if I had that here. I'm just running off steam. And lots of coffee.
Don't mention that C word.
Why not? I've got 3 bats brewing right now. Will get me through the night, I'm sure.
Okay, so Chocobo's probably smelt that.
You may want to warn him then about Chocobo.
Oh, the axe beak. I believe it was being stabled at the moment.
Yeah, but that axe-beak is addicted to coffee and goes crazy when it drinks it. So have you got some type of axe-beak proof safe?
No, but I have a stable. It's got all the latest gear in it. No expenses spared, he says.
Okay, so how did you get all this stuff out here since you're so far away from... What is the gnome city game? Was it High Home, isn't it?
It flew over here a couple of months ago.
Okay.
My house fell off.
I thought it just stayed around the mountains.
No, the Flying City travels. That's why it flies. You've never been to the Flying City. That's where you stole the ship from.
Yeah.
Just because it was up in the mountains doesn't mean it stays in the mountains. Old Gnomish proverb.
I thought it was more of the Gnomish giving the finger to the dwarves.
No, that's just a convenience.
Dump all the crap on them.
Well, it's far easier to throw something off the mountain and see if it flies than to try to actually make it fly.
Anyway, so why are you out here?
I fell off the ship.
Oh, is this did he fall off the ship that Yodri crashed?
A different ship.
Oh, I see. Alright.
No, this guy happened to be, was either the pilot or the owner.
He was a pilot. His whole house fell off.
So your whole house fell off?
Yes. Luckily I had all these safety gear installed, no expenses spared.
Okay, so who installed the house?
What was that, Ross?
Who installed the house?
No, I installed the house. And all the safety gear too. See, no expenses spared.
Okay, so you're a no expense guy. Okay.
That's what I said. I'm really worried about dinosaur population?
He's a pilot, not a geologist. Whatever.
Archaeologist?
He's not an animalist.
Oh, by the way, I've got amber that I've been collecting from running everything off coal.
Is this bloody Jurassic Park in D&D?
Yeah, well, no expense has been spared like 8 times now.
Wasn't you using amber part of the crystals for your gnomish soul things?
They would, but I don't have any of that tech here. That didn't fall off with me. And you're the closest we've had to a gnome come through here in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
You even considered an honorary gnome with the promises you've made.
Yeah.
Very gnome.
By the way, you got any idea of the being that I've got here, which I call him Pilfring?
Oh yeah, I call him the Little Green Menace. He's the one who unbolted my house.
Oh, he loves pulling stuff apart. He also likes making things out of them.
We never let him get that far because last time he did that, he almost blew up the flying ship.
Yeah. Well,
Apparently, it
okay,
takes a lot
so-
of power when he does so, and pretty much shuts everything else down.
Well, this is the first time I'm in an area that actually has power.
We ran off Steam, so it doesn't actually have the usual gnomish power devices here. None of your stuff should work here. You're safe-ish. Depends on which lever you pull.
I'm not pulling any levers.
You don't have any llamas here. No, I'm upstairs. I know that. Did you? I hope you. It's an experiment. Peanut butter fudge and coffee.
So yes, are you wanting a bed for the night as well? Do you want the automated bed, the full luxury, no expenses bed?
I thought I paid for everyone.
You did, but he's asking what the
what
gnome's
his
preference was.
preferences are. Yeah. Okay.
Probably the one that's got the littlest amount of technology due to the fact that I've also got the gremlin with me that you referred to.
Oh yeah, but what could go wrong that hasn't gone wrong already? I've got a ledger that shows everything that's gone wrong already, so quite a few things actually, he says.
Did he just contradict himself?
He did. He said what could go wrong that hasn't already gone wrong, and then he mentioned he does have a ledger with everything that's gone wrong already.
Oh.
Okay, can I peruse that ledger since I actually do have skill in that?
He says sure. He opens up a book for you with diagrams of how various people have been killed by the oh crap setting on the bed.
Killed, did you say?
Yes.
Okay.
So you also do a mortuary as well.
Well, we do run off steam, so cremation is not that far out of the sphere of things. Do you have anything you need cremated, he says?
No. The druid set and the clerics sort that out.
What, they cremate them for you?
Back to nature type thing.
Well, bury them and hope for the best.
Well, the druid is more like bury them and let life take over. While the cleric is more of her pet eats it and then scatters it all over the place.
So, circle of nature then.
Yeah, both of them circle of nature.
So, do you recommend any of your friends get the higher setting? Because they've worked hard.
Go on, Chevelle. Yeah.
So if you have any problems with brigands around here?
We did, but then I offered them free service with the luxury accommodation. They feature in most pages of the book.
So all the things that go wrong have been going wrong on the brigands.
Strangely enough, yes.
But they still come here.
Well, they don't know what happened to the last one, so they keep coming.
Oh, I see.
They get more experiments done that way.
It's not a bad way to get it done.
Plus, I've made more money that way than I had doing anything else. This is far more lucrative than saving lives.
Considering I'm in conversation, let's just presume I've had my bath, freshened up, come downstairs for dinner.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to peruse over the documentation on the automated cook and see what drawbacks that actually has.
If you get too close, you become the meal.
Okay. So how many fatalities has that rendered?
5 halflings this year.
None of them
only
will come
half-
down for the evening meal.
So
Yeah,
only
that's
halflings have been entered into the cooking system.
Yep, 5 halflings, 1 orc, and 2 hobgoblins.
Which cooking system is this?
The one that prepares all the automated meals.
Oh, I see. Alright. And what is on the menu for tonight?
That sounds like a circus to me.
And any side effects from having the meals?
Yes, people keep coming back. He's not sure why. He calls it the mystery meat extravaganza.
Great.
We always love a bit of mystery, mate.
As it's dinner time, other townsfolk coming in?
Some other townsfolk are coming in, and as he comes out, he says, "Every meal may be lucky and has a prize. Last night, someone found a ring in their soup."
So I'm guessing the mystery meat might be made up of brigand. And occasionally orc and halfling.
So a lot of the locals have learnt that they can make more money by eating here than elsewhere.
Yeah, it'll only take a couple of rings. I ask about local news. What's day-to-day like? Is there anything unusual happening?
There is, they do talk about that out to the west in the uplands, there's a bunch of people flying on animals.
Flying on animals?
Normally it's people flying dragons or people flying griffins or people flying hippogriffs, but these are more bat-like creatures.
Can they describe them a little bit? Or because I would like to have a go at sketching one.
That they sort of flap their arms about and making eep noises. Eep, eep, eep.
I'm greatly entertained by this. But occasionally I'll show them my sketch and see if they need to add to it.
Some say my nose is a little straighter. Another one says, you've missed my hair on top.
What about the bird creature that I'm sketching?
Well, they thought you were sketching them, so that they couldn't really tell the difference.
Okay, alright. Any other kind of news?
They do talk about the fact that most of the trolls of the region have gone quiet.
Okay, how long has that been going on for?
A few months or a year or so since the giants came en masse into the area.
Yeah. Do you have a lot of problems with the giants?
Not really, I don't speak giant.
But do you encounter them?
They don't come this far into civilization.
They don't come that far? They kind of stay off on, like, in the mountains?
Well, when a step takes you, more than a building's width, you don't really want to walk into a town that only has small little trip over points. And they might not notice, but we'll notice.
And do you guys know anything of the place that we're heading to? What we can expect? What's the rest of the trip like? The terrain, the people.
Well, they talk about the people flying the bats as making you think that must be where the Feathergale Spire is.
Okay.
Because it's unusual enough that they're talking about it.
Yep.
That seems to be a new place.
Yep. And Have they ever met any of these people who fly these beasts?
Not that we know of.
Okay. So, alright.
They may come to town without their armor on.
And the automation and the inventions that the gnome... What's the gnome's name?
He calls himself the Tinkerer.
Tinkerer.
Because everything goes tinking here.
Is it just the inn that the Tinkerer's worked on, or has he made advances in other parts of the town to make life easier?
He's got devices all over town.
Okay.
Wherever parts of his house fell.
Oh, okay. And where did your house fall from? Was it what's
His house fell, not mine.
Oh. Sorry, I thought the Tinkerer was at the table with us.
They were talking to the locals?
Yeah, well, I was having dinner with the Tinkerer and the locals, so...
And then the Tinkerer comes over and sits down after serving everyone.
Okay, alright, yep. How have you always been interested? Like, I know gnomes love to tinker, but, you know, is there a specific inspiration behind your automation of things?
Well, I like to fly, except I didn't like the landing.
Okay.
So I want to come up with a better landing system. And the best landing system was not taking off in the first place, he says.
There's some kind of strange sense in that. What was it that you were flying? Was it a ship?
Many different things. The gnomes call them fantastic pieces of technology. Everyone else calls them flying death machines. Because they're as death to the person in it as it is to the people outside it.
I'm sure that some people have experienced that.
Mind you, it's fun.
Yes.
To die for, he says.
Yeah. Only if you're unlucky enough to be underneath the ship, I guess, when it lands. So your ship crashed.
Or inside the ship when it lands.
My house crashed.
Your house. So your house flew.
No, it fell off. It was bolted to the flying city, and then for some reason, some little green terror pulled all the bolts out, and my house slid off the ship.
Oh, I see. So you had a flying city.
No, I didn't have a flying city. I was on the flying city.
You were on a flying
It wasn't mine. It belonged to the other gnomes. I'm
I
only
see.
a minor gnome.
Okay, all right. And did they not notice that your house fell off?
I was a minor gnome. They didn't care. They probably made bets about whether I died or not and didn't bother checking.
Oh, well, hard
Plus,
to call in on those bets.
also make space for more enhancements.
Yeah, I guess so. So what sort of house did you have? Was it just like a cottage? Was it...
Well, it was a repair shop extraordinaire. No expenses spared.
Oh, I see. And you said that you've been mining coal to run your steam gadgets.
Oh, I get locals to mine for me. They pay for things with coal.
Okay, yeah.
Makes everything run. Everyone's happy.
Yeah, it sounds like a good deal. Have you have they told you about what they come across in the mines while they're down there?
Yeah, a lot of them have found amber and things in the amber, so they've been giving them to me.
Okay, and what are you doing with that?
Pile them up because I don't have much use for them.
Oh, fair enough.
But some of them got insects in them.
Yeah, no, I totally understand that. And how is it that you seem to know so much about us and what we're up to? Is it just a good communication network, or...?
I know you're easy to read.
Oh, I see. So how did you tell that we were travelling to Featherfall Tower? Is that
Feathergale Spire.
Feathergale Spire.
You had it on you had it in the back of your brain, part between the bit that actually can reach it and the bit that remembered it.
Okay. And how do you read that?
I read everything.
Oh, I see.
Gnomish magic, he says, waving his hands around theatrically.
Yeah, like druidish magic. Yep. Fair enough. Can he
and all the locals clap and go, "Ooh," when he does that.
Can he tell us about the road ahead?
He says, yes. It doesn't go where you want to go.
So can he give us better directions for getting to Feathergale Spire?
He says,
finally said that correctly.
You have said it correctly.
Yay.
This time. He says you go due west, and you'll find yourself there within about a day's travel through a heavy forest.
Okay.
Probably attacked by various beasts of ill intent.
Are we likely to encounter more brigands, and are they likely just wanting a toll?
Well, there's no road there, so you'd be finding the encampment.
Okay.
And they'd be very put out with you, but I might get more fresh meat for my supply if you bring any back.
Okay. Are there any landmarks? Would there be a route that you know of that might avoid this camp?
Yep, flight.
Are there any flying?
Flying fixes everything.
Are there any flying creatures or machines nearby?
Yes. Well, considering I fell off my city, no.
I didn't think so, but if you said yes, that would have been interesting.
Though I do have a slingshot that can send you about half a mile in any direction.
I have a feeling that I prefer to walk and enjoy nature.
I can't guarantee the landing, but it's guaranteed to give you a hell of a view.
Is there any way we can avoid this encampment?
I have no idea where it is, so I don't know how to avoid it.
Okay. Would it take us a long time to go around this forest?
He thinks probably yes, because it would probably take you 2 days to get to where you want to go instead of 1 day if you go straight through.
Say I wanted to take the longer trip. I like scenery. Could you provide me with any directions?
Well, you got to head back the way you already came in.
Okay.
And then you got to go around the other side. And if you head round to Linghead, it's not that far from there.
Okay. Well, it's something I'll have to talk over with the rest of the party. So we're there.
You're here.
Yep.
We recommend you go all the way up here, all the way back down here, and it's in this area here.
Okay. And we're just on the edge of a forest, is that it? And
That's
where
a
the
heavy
encampment
forest
is?
there. The dark green is heavy forest.
Okay. And is there an easy path through that forest?
There is no path through the forest, that he says.
Okay. So I gather once we're in the forest, it'd be very hard to tell northwest, east, south type deal. Is that correct?
I don't know. You have a druid with you, I'm sure. I'm sure your druid knows the directions.
No, I was just checking to see whether or not it was one of those kind of places where some sort of magic or something might mean we end up getting lost.
The god Loki likes to misbehave on anyone who travels through areas where they're not supposed to be.
Okay, alright. Well, after dinner I might mention all of this to the rest of the party and ask them whether or not they want to risk getting lost and encountering a large encampment of brigands, or whether or not we want to take the long way around, which will only cost us an extra day.
It'll probably be 3 days to take the road all the way around safely.
Well, what would the group like to do?
Are we in a rush?
I don't think we are.
I vote the long way.
Same here.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't feel like running into French brigands.
Well, if we're not in a rush, I don't see any reason why not to take the longer route. We might meet more interesting people, we might find out more interesting information. A part of our job description is to find out more information. So one of the best ways of doing that is to expose yourself to the local people and
What? Expose yourself to the
okay, for those of us that don't have their mind in the gutter, of course I mean interact with, engage with, you know, spend time amongst.
And perkety perk if you need to.
I'm going to leave off the pokety poke part, because I'm pretty sure that falls into the bit where everyone who heard the word exposed decided that we were suddenly in a strip club.
So do we have a Zal or a Chevelle back?
I'm back.
How are you doing?
Yeah, Bob's just eating at the moment.
Fair enough. So what would Zal like to do?
From what I can gather, we're at a hotel.
A gnomish inn called the Cows Behind, run by a single gnome using automation and levers everywhere.
Oh, fun. I probably have flashbacks of levers in the,
Just don't go into the barn.
He's got automation to look after the animals as well.
Your Axebeak has a reputation.
I'm sure he does.
I think to Artemis's ire, it doesn't seem like she's as well known.
She's working on it.
Clearly he needs to be more majestic.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, he has been doing the big main moments.
So we've just been discussing whether or not to go through a very thick forest with no pathways that hides the encampment of the brigands versus taking an extra couple of days to go around the forest to our destination. The people in the pro think that since we're not in a rush that there's no harm in going the long way and avoiding being lost in a forest full of people who want to rob us.
Probably also giants in there as well.
Yes, depends I guess on how thick the forest is and so on, but yeah, I so far I think Merv, myself and I think Yodri are all for going around.
Yeah, we'll have to pay the toll again.
Well, I don't know that we ever had to pay that toll. I'm pretty sure with my lightning storm, they would have just kept running and not demanded it. But I'm not as worried about paying the toll as I am being lost in a very thick vegetation sort of forest area with unknown beasts in there and an encampment of people who would happily, if not kill us, at least take everything we've got.
Wow, my computer just gave me the blue screen of death.
Who gave you the blue screen of death?
The computer.
First.
Oh.
Yep, the computer says no.
Because you said that just as there was thunder and lightning
It's got a sad face and everything.
Aw. Poor computer.
I don't know what, I was just browsing stuff on Google. I didn't have anything else running.
Trust me, Google will crap all over everything all on its own.
Well, I have 32 gig of RAM, so it shouldn't matter.
Let me give some nice inspirational music for your computer.
Martin's just had to give up using WordPress because Google sucks, so no one here is surprised that Google doesn't do a very good job at things, so it's constantly telling Martin he doesn't have enough memory when he's got heaps. So, I'm sorry about your blue screen though.
Yeah, well, I think it's only the second time that my computer has ever given me a blue screen, so...
Well, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen in the middle of you using it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's very true.
Probability though.
I was just on Facebook, so, like, it wasn't anything important.
So, I guess, are you in favour of taking the longer route?
I'm happy to take the longer route.
Yeah.
I also don't feel... I mean, we could survival our way through a thick and dark forest, but if there's a way around, then if it takes a day longer, as you said, we're not particularly in a rush.
And as I said, we could just learn more news, possibly meet new people. No expenses being spared. Who knows? We might even encounter a Brachiosaurus.
What does Drazzle say?
As you say that, you see Drazzle come down from upstairs and drop what appears to be a mechanical lever on the table, saying, setting broke.
What does the Tinkerer say?
The Tinkerer looks in horror at the fact that he part of his machine's on the table, and the fact that it was the setting.
The setting?
Yeah. That's what he uses to get rid of the brigands.
Oh! So Drazzle has stopped the automated cooking machine from.
No, he was
cooking-
using the bed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the bed and the cooking machine are linked when you click on the uh-oh.
Oh, I see. So the gnome can no longer turn brigands into stew?
He's got more than one bed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
from
then,
that room.
then fear not. Well, I might head up to bed if there's nothing more. And make an early start. Heading towards Feathergale Spire.
So does Zal check on her animals before going to bed? And which setting did Zal want?
I think I should. The prospect of the axe beak being near anything mechanical doesn't sound good.
Mm.
There's a pamper setting.
So as you walk into the barn area, you see Chocobo just standing there with his eyes wide open, not moving.
Sorry, Martin, I missed that.
All good. As you walk into the stables, you find Chocobo standing in one of the stalls, eyes wide open, not moving.
Oh, horse is with him, isn't it?
Yes, horse is in the same stable, curled up around him. And you can see what appears to be one of the similar arms that Drazzle dropped on the table in Horse's mouth as Horse is chewing on it.
Is that the lever for the stable, Baron?
Quite possibly, yes. One of the many hundreds of levers in the stables.
I would suggest that it's almost more humane for you to take Chocobo up to the bedroom with you.
The problem is horse might follow.
That's okay, there's a three-way.
I guess you could ask Drazzle if Horse could stay behind, just so that Chocobo could get some rest.
I mean, I could probably try and take Chocobo away, but I don't know how well it's gonna go.
Well, the question will be, what will he be like in the morning, having been up all night in fear for his life?
Well, I mean, it's not dead yet, so that's a good sign, right?
Well, we are bedding down for the night so that we can start early the next morning.
What would you like to do?
I'll see if I can extricate Chocobo and take him up
As you step closer, you hear a growl come from
away
Horse.
from Horse.
So as you try to step closer, you hear a growl from Horse.
I don't speak his language, do I?
You've never heard Horse speak at all, even with Speak with Animal.
Maybe you could try Draconic again.
Could. I mean, he seems to converse with Drazzle, and Drazzle is part or Dragonborn, isn't
Well, he never talks at Drazzle, but Drazzle seems to understand him.
he?
Might be a telepathy thing.
Does Drazzle speak to him, or do I not see that?
Drazzle does speak to him. Speaks to him in many languages.
Many languages. Alright, I'll try Draconic just because Drazzle is a Dragonborn. And just be like, yeah, I would like to get my axe beak without dying.
He looks away from you.
I try to step closer again.
He growls.
I roll my eyes.
Yeah, you're going to take away horse's toy.
I feel a bit sorry for Chocobo, to be honest.
Though considering the stables he's in, he might actually be in the safest spot.
True.
Yeah, true. I'll just be like, alright, I'm not gonna risk dying, but you better not eat my axe peak, otherwise it's gonna be hell to pay.
You hear a hump from the horse.
I'm gonna take that as compliance.
You check in the next stable and you find Artemis hanging from the roof by his hooves.
Wait, what?
Apparently, he was parked in the stable.
Parked in the stable. Does he look comfortable?
He looks he's swaying a lot, and he seems to be making strange giggling sounds as he's upside down.
He's being drugged.
Why is my horse being drugged? Has my horse actually been drugged?
He doesn't look like he's being drugged, but he does look like the equivalent of a teenager having fun.
Okay. I might go ask the innkeeper about the stables.
Yeah.
And just make sure that, what has happened to my horse is okay.
Well, he says the Luxa containment unit always looks after the animals. No expenses spared.
Okay, but why is he on the roof?
Well, that stops him from running out if there's a problem. So he can be fed, watered, and cleaned without having to get kicked in the head by a animal 4 times my size.
Oh, without
right.
the Tinkerer being kicked in the head.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So you... Okay, that makes a little more sense.
And because it's a one-man show and everything's automated, I always look for safety first. No expenses spared.
Okay, fair enough. Just as long as my horse is okay.
Well, I didn't go for the deluxe treatment. I just went for the looked after treatment.
I'll be right back.
Well, as long as he's looked after, yes, that's fine.
Did you do that to all the animals?
We said yes. Isn't that what you paid for? Have your animals looked after in the stable?
Well, mine's a pony, so I'm not going to expect that being stuck to the roof.
I'd say it is.
Apparently there was some problem with one of the animals as the grasping arm didn't quite work properly.
Yeah, it sounds like it's probably Inferno. Actually, or it could be the X-Peak.
I believe it was the 2-legged one, and then the monstrosity that came in and ripped the arm off is sleeping around it right now, and I can't get near it.
Okay. Yeah. Blame the lizard guy.
No, I don't think I'll blame him again.
Okay, in that case, just blame the paladin.
Have you ever had a telling off by the Dragonborn?
He confuses the crap out of me. I can't tell if he's telling me off or he's giving me advice.
He does both at the same time. That's the beauty of it. And he can even predict your death at the same time, which was rather disturbing.
Yeah. I normally try to talk to him.
I think it's less of a don't try, it's more of a you get cornered and stuck with it.
So we're all settled for the night?
So you settle for the night. So the sound of throbbing machinery.
Great.
Well, it is steam powered.
Okay.
So occasional whistles and hisses and and a nice rumble to put everyone to sleep.
Okay. Fair enough.
So are we sleeping now?
You do sleep in the most comfortable bed you've ever slept in that doesn't seem to have any fabric in it whatsoever.
Early in the morning, can I wake up just a little bit before everyone else, and I'd like to make my way into Chauvel's room.
Yep.
You need to know which bed setting you had it set to.
0.
It was off.
Yep.
Okay.
He picked off.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wise move.
What did Chauvel pick though? That would be the interesting question.
I just want to sneak
Maybe
into his room,
Emmy can choose.
and I would like to cast darkness.
So
on
Josh,
the ball bearing.
before we get to your spell there, Nick, Josh, you had multiple options for your bed. What setting did you choose?
Was that fire and brimstone? Please say yes.
Well, that possibly was. There was off. There was vibrate. There was massage. There was oh my, and then there was oops.
There was oh my god.
Sounds like oops it is.
Okay, so as we get back to Merv entering the room to cast his spell in the morning.
Yes, I would like to stealth into the room and cast darkness on a ball bearing,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'd like to tuck it into Chauvel's pocket, and then I'd like to shake him awake while whispering things like "Tumark is displeased with you," just things along that line to creep him out and see if I can get him worrying.
You know, if you
Playing
surround the ball bearing by stuff, you can actually hide the darkness. It's like a light. It's the
Well,
same
he
thing.
did stick the darkness in his pocket.
Yeah, which
Yeah, it's
means
not-
it won't work.
It won't work until he opens up his pocket.
Yeah,
And pull out the bearing.
yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
I just sort of
Well,
get to that point before you got there because Krisha might have other words with you later. Otherwise,
It might be
Yeah, okay.
more advisable to put it like in a hat or in a shoe.
stick it to his pommel or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I would like to do that.
Okay, as you go to do that, you then get to make a dexterity saving throw as the bed tries to do something to you.
Okay.
Surprised stealth wasn't required.
So,
19 plus 6, 25.
25. Okay, so you see all the edge of the bed, all little arms come up trying to grasp at you as you're trying to sneak over to Chauvel's stuff. You realise the settings on there must have different levels of lethality because most of these limbs have blades on them.
Oh, that's rough. Am I going to be able to get to him without injuring myself?
Potentially, but it is going to require you to make an acrobatics check to get there. As you do the Mission Impossible squeeze between the lines as you make it there. Is it worth it?
Safe? Yeah, is it safer just to throw this ball bearing and see if I can get it like lodged in his clothes somewhere?
well, you do realise you're not going to see if you missed.
Yeah, alright, my plan was to walk into the room and then cast a spell on the ball bearing. If I see this bed being dangerous, I will not do that, and I will wait until the next time we rest.
Okay, so you realise the bed is designed to murder anyone who tries to affect those who are sleeping.
Yeah, okay, I will leave the room.
You almost became meal for tomorrow.
Yeah, that was close.
So yes, Chauvel hears the door click as you walk out the door. You don't see anything amiss in the room. No one's disturbed anything as far as you can tell.
Yeah.
And the sun hasn't come up yet.
I'll just go back to bed.
I wonder if the bed would attack him as soon as he gets out of bed.
It's not a very good design.
That's why they call it the oops
Turn it off
design.
before you get out of bed.
Yeah, well, mine was off anyway, so no issue.
So yes, sun comes up and you are all awakened by the sound of a whistle from downstairs.
Because I'll head downstairs.
Downstairs we go.
Okay, there is a big breakfast which looks to be set around a wild boar the size of a horse on the table.
Impressive.
Martin, before breakfast, I'll probably be up and check on Chocobo and Artemis and see how their night was. I'm presuming Chocobo didn't sleep.
You come in and find Chocobo asleep on horse.
Oh.
And horse watching you as you come in.
Just be like, right, buddy, you take up your end of the bargain. I'm not coming to get back to you. But you kept up your end of the bargain, so thank you.
And then you go to Artemis' stall, and Artemis is still giggling and swaying from the roof.
Okay. Well, I guess that's a good sign.
Well, hey, the blood's been rushing to his head all night.
Yeah. But I would presume if it was dangerous for them, then it would... the automation would hopefully fix that.
Depends, was the gnome asleep or not at the time?
Well, I mean, he's alive, so that's something.
And still giggling a lot.
I'm still giggling away. So, there's that. I don't think I've ever heard my horse giggle. I wish I could record that. and you know, when they try to be cool, or, you know, like flirt with another girl horse, just like, bring it up. Or actually, you know what? Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad.
You hear this? Salt!
Can you remember Artemis laughing like this, just for future reference?
And he is Salt!
And I'm going to presume that is a yes. So it's for prosperity and when he flirts with girls, because that would be hilarious.
Who knows, it may even help him.
Who knows? Be like Toothless's little dance.
Happy feet, happy feet.
Pretty much. Like, look, this horse isn't all serious. He can laugh.
And he still seems to be swaying a lot as well up there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when you get down, you find the get back into the inn. You find that the large boar is still is set up on the table, all cooked the night before, being cooked overnight.
Okay, cool. I'll sit down and eat breakfast.
The gnome hands you a knife and says, "Serve yourself."
I serve myself.
So, what part of the boar do you take?
Some leg meat.
Okay. You get more than enough leg meat.
It's good leg meat.
Is there anything other than boar?
Yes, he has potatoes, he has carrots, and he has far too many turnips that he doesn't know what to do with them all.
Okay. Well, you could make a stew with some of them.
He's done lots of things with turnips. That's what they grow in the region, he says. The local product.
I would suggest you could probably make some alcohol out of them, but yeah, I can't drink this stuff.
His distillery didn't fall off the ship with him, he says.
Yeah, but what's stopping you making them?
He thinks a bit and says he would rather his own distillery because most of the stuff here is second-rate material.
Well, it's not your distillery anymore.
He says true, but I'm sure someone in his family's claimed it. He had many cousins eyeing off his place.
Yeah, but did you specify in section 74835 that it is supposed to go to a family member and they need to file an 878 acquisition form?
He laughs at you and says he hasn't died yet, so technically it's unclaimed until proof of death has been received.
Oh, but then they might fill in a 7843 that due to the fact that you fell from a great height in a non-flying vessel that you are presumed dead and no body has been found.
Possibly, but then they would have to make a form 735 to contact the afterlife for proof that I am indeed dead.
Okay.
And because
I forgot the spirit clause.
Yes, the spirit clause beats a lot of things, and I intend to live long enough to really piss off my relatives.
Okay.
Wouldn't you do the same thing, he says?
Yeah, but we're not really into the binding someone's soul to a stone. Normally it's my family, it's similar to our cleric over here. If we do badly, we normally have signed to our bodies until a certain period, and then we're allowed to move on. Problem with servitude.
Well, there are many different forms of servitude, he says. Apparently serving the city is the highest form of servitude.
Yeah.
Only for those who are truly blessed or truly pissed off the gnomish community.
Mm-hmm.
So with the morning, you each have a meal of interesting texture and taste. You do hear the story that the boar was captured by one of the hunters near Landersfjord a couple of days ago. Because up in those mountain ranges there, boars be big. Considering they travel amongst giants, you wouldn't expect otherwise.
Still, for giant, those boars would be small.
They would be small, but they'd still be noticeable.
Mm.
And especially if they grow the larger ones to get as large as possible. You understand why they would want as much meat as they can get.
Well, how big can these boars get?
He says probably about he gestures about twice as long as what you can see.
Okay.
They can get big enough for a giant to ride one, he says.
Okay, so E.
Well, they have the giant boars, which this one is bigger than. Then you have the oh my god boar, which we call this one. And then there's that's not right boar, and then there is that can't be that size boar. All very common gnomish terminology for sizing chart, he says.
Okay, so you haven't got to one oh my god run size yet.
Oh, if you ever get to one of those, it's too late. No one ever responds after that one.
Okay.
There is the we sent a relative to investigate size.
Okay, so that's the size that you don't send anyone after that.
Well, once you send one person and they don't come back, it's either the size of the boar or a danger, and either way you know that there's something wrong out that way, so you go somewhere else.
And which way were we going again?
You were heading north, and then southwest, and then south, and then east. So you're pretty much going in a circle to get to the other side of the Nexus.
Yeah, but anywhere near where the those big pigs are.
No, they're straight to the south of where we are.
Okay.
You want to go down to Landis Yard?
No, we don't want to go there.
So it's the city down here. If you can see the little mouse movement. I'll put the little mouse on top of the city.
I can kind of see it. That's like the opposite direction of where we're going right now.
Yeah, 'cause you want to go over here.
Yeah.
But I said it was completely south.
So are we heading towards the red dot at the moment?
You're heading back to the red dot.
Yep. And that's where we just came from.
Yep.
So we went in the wrong direction.
Well, you went in a direction and found out it wasn't the direction you needed to go. So it was an informative direction.
Okay, all right.
I blame the paladin for it.
Yeah.
Why is everyone against the paladin?
Because of that time when you went that way, and then Zal took your arm and moved it in 180 degrees into the correct direction.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Let's see, your sense of direction and other characters going, yes, calling down the your sun god near a city.
And there was that one night you all relived.
I don't think we lived so much as we're exposed to. In the more truer sense of the exposed meaning. So have we headed off then?
So yes, you start heading off,
Yep.
following the road out, hearing the sound of thunder as you travel.
Yep.
Obviously, someone might have offended one of the gods by not playing a joke.
Did the joke not go very well?
It didn't.
I've got all day.
He's got all day.
Okay, well, we will see how the day proceeds then.
Okay, so yes, you start travelling. At what point does Merv play his trick?
I'm going to wait until he's settled down for the night, until when he's first asleep, so I get the full waking effect and confusion.
But if you wait until she falls asleep and it's night time, will there be all that much confusion?
It's a different kind of darkness.
Okay,
Like the
alright.
moon's still out and you can still see, roughly.
Oh no, you
This is just
can't see
No, you
out of
can't
it.
see anything at all.
You're completely blinded by the darkness unless you can see magical darkness.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I meant without the darkness. you
Oh,
can
okay,
see.
so even at night, it's apparent that it is an unnatural dark.
Yes,
Okay,
exactly.
alright. Does anything happen along our way to the next stop point?
Well, the next day we'll see you in Noravik, the city.
Back
So
where we were?
you'll be back in town and you'll be casting the spell in town.
Okay, well,
I'm sure nothing bad will happen from that.
That's okay. It's probably fine.
I'm happy for whatever will happen. I booked back into the Freya temple for overnight.
So do you play the prank on Chauvel in the Temple of Freya?
Yes.
Okay, so
Is it no men are allowed in Freya's temple,
Yep.
or is it just no men are allowed to stay overnight?
well, the sleeping quarters are no men are allowed.
Allowed. Okay, so if Merv's waiting until Chauvel's gone into her sleeping quarter, how is Merv even gonna?
Merv will be making stealth checks.
Oh, I
So-
Yeah, but the thing is, Merv is a worshipper of a trickster god, so this will be incredibly funny if he succeeds or gets caught.
yes. I suspect everybody, but perhaps maybe Chauvel will be amused.
So
The only thing that's going to be amused is going to be the trickster god, because they win both ways.
This is true.
So Merv, give me a stealth roll as you move into the temple.
Okay.
What sphere is that god of?
Sphere of thought.
So that's also seeing through tricks and that, isn't it?
It is.
So wouldn't it be like a disadvantage? Because then you're going to a holy temple?
Not necessarily. You just don't know what the DCs are.
Oh, okay.
I rolled a 16.
You rolled a 16. You feel happy with your result as you walk through the temple.
You are currently Kronk making your own theme music. Go.
Give me a perception roll as you're continuing to go through.
It's only Kronk if I fail, right?
Kronk succeeded.
Well, we just came out of the place where the wrong lever could have easily been pulled.
That's true. 14.
14. Nah, no one's noticed you. Not at all. You're on fire. Almost literally.
I will continue.
Okay.
When you say this, is there a bunch of people kind of watching Merv making Merv's own theme music not stealth through the halls?
Quite
or?
possibly.
Okay.
So
we don't know that yet.
So as
I'm
you're walking,
surprised Merv didn't disguise himself first.
Yeah, actually. Tricks to God.
I'm an inquisitive rogue. I don't really have like disguise stuff.
Oh, okay.
as you're sneaking through the passageways, you are noticing that it's getting easier and easier to see as you get closer to the sleeping quarters.
I'm like, ooh, do I precast the spell so I've got advantage on stealth? But it's not very stealthy when you're a big shadow, right?
Well, looking down, you notice your hands are glowing.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah, that's rough.
I know, they actually look quite smooth and delicate right now.
Oh, well, I'll just keep creeping.
Okay. Give me a stealth roll.
Shouldn't there be a theme music roll as well?
Do, 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 do.
I'll be surprised if the gods just cursed you to become a female.
Yeah.
28. Yeah, that's fine.
Now that would be funny.
As you make it to what you believe is Chauvel's door. Yes,
Right.
you believe it is Chauvel's door.
I'd like to
my
peek
God.
in and check that it is
That's what I
in fact
think it is.
Chauvel's.
That was what I rolled for you. So, opening the door and peeking in.
So does the High Priestess live here?
Yes, she does.
Is it Chauvel's room?
No, it's not.
Okay, I'll close the door quietly. and go
You seem
through
to
it.
be stuck in place. Transfixed even. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
That's a 1, right?
I did
Or
roll a
7.
1, so 3.
Okay, a natural one, was it?
Yep.
Apparently you go, yes, mistress. Whatever you say, mistress, as we finish for the night with your character in that room. So, next morning, wakes up with, we have, was it
Thala?
Thala, Zal, not here, Chauvel, and Mervina.
Yep.
Apparently a creature got his joke after all.
Fantastic. I have lost the darkness spell, right, when I wake up?
Yes, you don't seem to have the darkness spell at all, but you do remember having the weirdest night, and then you now realise why your hands look so smooth and delicate.
Oh, you win some, you lose some.
Does the rest of the party go like, who are you, or do we just
Do we
magically-
recognise Merv is now Mervina?
You do. The only difference
And
is the body shape. Everything else looks the same.
I was going to say, is Mervina still a rogue, or
Yep.
is she now a failed rogue?
Still a rogue.
Okay, alright.
I'd like to still be called Mervyn though.
Okay.
So
No,
For ease.
Mervina. We are physically compelled to call you Mervina.
Yeah, we
So-
might be.
I don't know if we can make up rules.
basically,
Generally
what
you
is it?
find out.
A male face on a female body.
No, still looks well. It looks mostly feminine with touches of masculine in there.
Do I still have my mustache?
You do not have your mustache. You have lost your wonderful mustache.
Oh, that's sad.
But is his voice the same?
It is, yes. The voice has been left the same.
Let this be a lesson. Don't fuck with the paladin.
I don't know. Merv doesn't sound too disturbed.
Freya.
Yeah, choose my destination better.
And I believe if you ask Tidal, I think Tidal actually did pretty well for the paladin.
Yeah, yeah.
The skull showed everything.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I'll say good one. What's the Trickster Goddess name again?
Krisha.
Yeah, good one, Krisha.
Who knows? Loki may have gotten involved as well.
Well, in a way, would Merv not then be honoured by having a trick played on herself by her god?
I don't think he's very angry about it. Or
No,
she's
no,
very
he-
angry about it.
No.
Well, they're very angry about it because I'm sure Merv is a bit confused right now.
Yeah.
You mean Mervino?
I don't think she's feeling the punishment quite the way the gods might intend.
He's gone from Merv to Maxine.
I'll accept the name M.
Madam.
Everyone's going to refer to you now as Madam.
That's fine. Maybe he'll be smarter, being a girl.
I don't know, does any of that change?
Yeah,
I'm
more
sure.
common sense.
And now I can multitask.
Yeah, that's the story. I tried to play a trick on a paladin, so now I'm a girl, but I've got greater intelligence.
Yeah, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey.
Exactly.
Yeah, the problem is, I don't think your brother's going to like it.
Brother?
Yeah.
Corey?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's alright, I was adopted.
It certainly will be interesting. So is that end the game?
And that would be a good place to end the game with M making an appearance.
Madam X.
You should have taken my view on gods. Don't stuff around with them. Gods be crazy.
I'm pretty sure Merv is actually not unhappy with this outcome.
No, but his brother will be.
Sometimes you play the tricks and sometimes you're the victim.
That is true.
As long as somebody has a life?
Well, that is his whole belief.
Yeah.
Her belief, their belief,
Yes.
a belief.
Let's go with their belief.
Well, I hope you guys had a great night with the story tonight.
It was
It's good
fun.
fun.
You got to see a few different things happening with the gnomes and the trickster god and the bandits.
And we had a non-combat because reasons.
Hey, it's not my fault.
Hey, it was a fantastic thing telling the horses to run away. Just unfortunately, it was a rather generic order, which everyone but Artemis and Josh's steed listened to.
Isn't Josh's steed called Aqua?
I think
yes.
That's his is Aqua, mine's Inferno.
No,
Yeah.
no, that's right. It's
Yeah.
like the opposite of what they're supposed to be.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it was quite funny.
Amusement was had by all. Especially Mervina.
So I'm going to go to end credits. If you want to stay around and chat, you're welcome to.
No, I'm starting to get a little bit tired. But thanks for the game, and I'll be seeing you on Tuesday.
That will be
Have a
good.
good weekend.
Have a good weekend.
See ya.
Okay, alright, bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
I'll head off as well. I'll go to bed.
Thanks
Early
a lot,
rise.
Nick.
Good night.
Good luck
See
tomorrow.
you next time.
Bye.
Thanks.
We'll
See yous.
stay on for a quick chat, but